Good afternoon and welcome to Lovington Lady Cat Softball from New Walmart Digital and One Radio Square Sports. Today's game is brought to you by Bob's Thriftway, the Lee County Electric Cooperative, Stone Oilfield Services, the First American Bank of Lovington, Lovington Schools, Eunice Pump and Supply, Lovington Auto Supply Napa, Devon Energy, and Western States Insurance. From Lady Catfield, I'm TJ Miracle Dawn Morgan on assignment tonight. And as we come online this evening, the math is easy for the Lady Cats. Win 3 of your last 5, and you are the district champions. But it is a tough one here this afternoon and this evening, a doubleheader against Portales, who are fighting for their playoff lives. So as we get into this one, Portales coming in at 10-10 on the season, but they are 0-4 in district and bringing up the rear. And right now they are ranked number 15 in Class 4A, so they definitely want to find some wins because they are right on the playoff bubble. Of course, we'll find out next Sunday what the playoff results are. For Portales, of course, they lost to Lovington to open the district slate, but that was an extremely tough game up in Portales, 3-1, the final on that one. And then they took on Goddard last Friday night, losing 12-8 and 18-8 in that doubleheader. And then on Tuesday, while Lovington was in Roswell, the Portales Lady Rams were taking on Artesia, and Artesia getting the victories in that one, 13-3. For Coach Amanda Bonner's squad, they line up this way. Leading off and playing center field to be Miley Banda, batting second. Playing in left field is Skylar Massey, batting third and catching Addison Mayberry. Batting fourth and pitching Annalie Lujan. Batting fifth and playing first is Dossie Cordova. Batting sixth and playing shortstop Amaya Lujan. Batting seventh, playing right, Ruth Espinosa. Batting eighth, playing third, Anetsi Acosta. And batting ninth is the second baseman, Gloria Terrazas. The bench for Coach Bonner is extremely short. Just 2 players in reserve. They are number 7, Abigail Nunez, and number 3, Angel Ornelas. Turning the page for your Lovington Lady Cats under longtime head coach Stephen McCraw. They are 18-3 on the year, but more importantly, 4-0 in district. And right now, according to the Max Preps rankings at least, they are number 3 in Class 4A. Last for the Lady Cats, of course, they beat Goddard on Tuesday night 14-3 in a game that, looks like a runaway but was extremely close for much of that game. We'll talk more about that as your Stone Oilfield Services pregame show continues. Lineup tonight for the Lady Cats in Game 1. Batting first and catching Anahi Quiroga. Batting second, playing second, Honey Morales. Batting in the third slot, playing right field, Zabri Rodriguez. Batting in the cleanup position, playing third, Angelina Corral. Batting fifth and playing shortstop will be Layla Hernandez. Batting in the sixth slot and playing center field will be Zimmery Ellis. Batting seventh, playing first, Jocelyn Olguin. Batting eighth, playing in left is Bailey Garcia. And batting in the number 9 slot is the designated player Sabri Sanchez. She hits in place of Daphne Utahara, who will get the start here in Game 1 of this pivotal district doubleheader. So you've got one team fighting for their playoff lives in the Portales Lady Rams, and one team that is looking to move closer to a district title. So the coaches have met with the one umpire that is here. I understand the other one is on the way. So we will take a quick timeout, come back, and continue as Lady Cat Softball continues in a moment on the Lovington Sports YouTube channel and HobbsAmerica.com.
Attention shoppers, Bob's Thriftway welcomes you to Lovington, New Mexico. This week you'll save big on grocery items throughout their store. Save big on produce, household items, bread products, and meats. Every week, Bob's Thriftway has big savings for their customers. Bob's Thriftway is your local hometown grocery store. So for the freshest produce, the best meats, shop Bob's Thriftway, 906 West Avenue D in Lovington.
Devon Energy is proud to support the athletic programs of Lovington High School this season. By partnering with local schools in Lovington, Devon is making an investment in the long-term future of the community. Sports teach discipline, teamwork, and leadership. Skills our youth will use to succeed for a lifetime. From the Devon team to yours, Devon Energy wishes you good luck this season, both on the field and in the classroom. Go Wildcats! Back here in Lovington, getting ready for the start of this one, and got to run down the rest of the Lovington lineup. The reserves tonight for Coach McCraw. I can't believe I forgot that, and I apologize. Number 1, Pesha Gonzalez. Number 12, Braylon Hernandez. Number 16, Yaya Garcia, who I bet we see as a pinch hitter at some point in this one. Number 3, Johanna Ochoa, and number 77, Jabri Rios. So the Lady Cats 18-3 on the season, but more importantly 4-0 in district. Got off to kind of a slow start against the Lady Rockets of Goddard on Tuesday night. They actually got in the hole early 2-1 and finally able to start finding the bats in the 4th inning and really blew it open after that. But that game did go a full 7 innings. Now, when they played this Portales squad back a couple of weeks ago, it was really on the backs of the pitching staff as a huge 13 strikeout performance for Daphne Urahara against this Portales squad, and that was really the big difference in that ball game in the 3-1 win, as the Lady Cats just had a lot of trouble picking up Annalie Lujan, who is in the ring for game number 1. Matter of fact, Lovington in that ballgame was held to just 7 hits. They got runners on base, but just had trouble moving them around. But 3-1 was enough in that ballgame, and no errors, which was important. And I think that is probably the most important stat we look at through the first 4 games of the district season. The Lady Cats have committed, I believe, 1 error in those 4 games. They have played extremely clean, and that has helped them get the victories and some very close victories tonight. So the teams introduced out onto the field, the Portales Lady Rams on the road, black unis with red letters and numbers, and for Lovington in the home whites with the blue letters and numbers. So for the national anthem, we'll take a timeout, come back, and have the first pitch as Lady Cat softball continues in a moment.
Introducing a smarter, easier way to manage your Lee County Electric account. It is called Smart Hub. Now you can pay your bill anywhere, anytime, with 24-hour access to your account. It is free and simple to use. Just search for the Smart Hub app on your cell phone or device and download the free app, or go to our website at lcecnet.com and look for the Smart Hub logo to view your account or pay your bill online. Managing your Lee County Electric account conveniently and securely with Smart Hub. Lee County Electric, owned by those we serve.
It's no secret, at some point you'll have a question or need to replace or fix something on your vehicle. Whether your vehicle is new or ancient, Lovington Auto Supply is your trusted advisor when you need dependable auto parts. Not only do they have the parts you need, they have real answers to your real automotive questions, and that helps keeps your vehicle running longer and stronger. Quality parts, helpful people. Lovington Auto Supply, 217 West Avenue D in Lovington. Napa, get up and go.
Stone Oilfield Services says many traffic fatalities may be caused by an intoxicated driver. So do yourself and your community a favor and remember the 3 C's of safety: caution, courtesy, and above all, common sense. Safe and sober driving is everyone's responsibility. That message was from Stone Oilfield Services in Lovington, a name you can trust and depend on. For quality and integrity, call 575-396-1840. From the Stone family and staff at Stone Oilfield Services.
And welcome back to Lovington Lady Cat Softball from New Walmart Digital and One Radio Square Sports here on the Lovington Sports YouTube channel, HobbsAmerica.com, and the Z94 KZOR Facebook page. I'm TJ Miracle flying solo this evening. Dawn Morgan is on assignment. Of course, the Lovington boys in action in Artesia. You can catch that game at HobbsAmerica.com. Our friends from KSVP Radio providing the audio and the video on HobbsAmerica.com for the Lovington boys today. So here we go as the national anthem is done. The players have been introduced, and the Lady Cats looking to stay perfect in the district race. So it'll be Bonda, Massey, and Mayberry due up for Portales. In the field for your Lady Cats, Urahara in the ring. Cadoga is her battery mate. Olguin, Morales, Hernandez, and Corral. Just what we're used to seeing around the infield, first to third, and Garcia, Ellis, and Zabri Rodriguez around the outfield from left to right. We're looking at 80 degrees at first pitch here this afternoon. Winds a steady 20 miles an hour out of the southwest, seeing gusts over 30 at times here at Lady Cat Field. That means it is blowing from right to left and almost directly right to left. Although you get something in the air on the left side, it could go ahead and get up in the jet stream and blow out, but almost straight across the field. So Bonda will step in first in the game against Lovington at their place a couple of weeks ago. Bonda had 2 hits in that ball game. She had a leadoff triple. She is extremely fast, and then scored in that first inning. It turned out to be the only Portales run of the game, but she also singled in the 6th and then got picked off. So here we go as we are ready to get underway. And the first pitch, Bonda goes right back up the middle, and it will find a hole and find its way through into center field as Ellis will get to it and get it in. But Bonda wasting no time, taking the first one on the ground and up the middle. And we are underway here in Lovington. Portales and Bonda with the leadoff single. She is a threat to go on any bobble, but Quiroga behind the plate with a good arm. She can definitely gun her down. Just going to have to keep an eye on her. As Massey will step in against her, she was 1 for 3 a couple of weeks back to open district. Bonda at first, and Massey shows bunt, and the first pitch will be off speed and on the outside corner, called strike 1. So a no ball, 1 strike count just underway here in the top of the first. Bonda with the leadoff single took first pitch and shot it right back up the middle. Daff is ready, has her sign, kicks and fires. That one is going to be outside, and the count evens up at 1 ball and 1 strike. Udahata striking out 13 of these Lady Rams at their place back on the 16th. Would like to repeat that performance here today. As Udahata ready to go, the 1-1 pitch. Massey shows bunt, lays a butte down right in front of the plate. Quiroga gets to it and will fire to Morales, covering at first, and gets her in time. So score that one 2-4 for out number 1, but they move Bonda around, and that is what the plan was there for Coach Bonner, you've got to think. So now that'll bring up number 10, Addison Mayberry, the catcher for these Lady Rams. So runner at second, 1 down. Just underway, top of the first. Udahata kicks, fires, deals, and that one hits the outside corner. Yes, ma'am, called strike 1. Only no ball, 1 strike count. Mayberry in that game 0 for 3. And she struck out a couple of times. And now an 0-1 count. Daff will kick and fire. That one a little bit off speed and nips the outside corner. In quickly ahead in the count. No balls, 2 strikes. 1 down, but a runner at second in the form of Bonda for the Portales Lady Rams on a very nice but slightly windy Friday afternoon for some softball. And the 0-2 pitch swung on, and that one is hit high in the air out to deep left field as Garcia goes back. That one is going to be off of the wall. Bailey will get to it and toss it in. The relay throw coming in, and it's going to go up the line, and Bonda will score. And just really a desperation swing at a pitch that was going to be close. It'll be an RBI double for Mayberry. Takes that one out to left field. It will plate Bonda. Mayberry moves to third. And there is 1 run on the board now with the cleanup hitter, Annalie Lujan, to the plate. Lujan, the pitcher for these Lady Rams, the big open stance, almost out of the box. And the first pitch, and that one is a fastball on the inside corner, called strike 1. So it is Portales drawing first blood here this afternoon. Game 1 of this doubleheader. Portales fighting for their playoff lives. Lovington fighting for a district championship, and she swings at that one, but it hits her. And if she swings at it, can they say it hit her? I guess they do, so Lujan hit by the pitch, and there will be Lady Rams at the corners now. And we will have a courtesy runner come into the ball game, as that will be Nunez to run for Lujan. So Nunez to run for Lujan. It is Mayberry standing at third. I think that may be Ornelas running for Mayberry. Double check that. Those red numbers are a little hard to pick out. And so Lovington going to take the quick timeout as the girls go over to discuss things. Just try and settle things down as Dawsey Cordova comes up for Portales. Again, the math is pretty simple for the Lady Cats. Win any 3 of your next 5, and you are the district champs. For Portales, they need to pick up wins if they want to have a shot at the playoffs. Right now, they are one of those bubble teams. Oh, a long discussion going on at the mound. I'm a little surprised that this one hadn't been broken up yet, but We do only have one umpire. And now to be Cordova to the plate. The Rams first baseman. Corner infielders are in, middle infielders are back, outfield is deep. And the wind and the first pitch, Cordova takes that one over into the parking lot. Fouled out of play for strike one. You've got Nunez at first running and Mayberry running for herself at third. One down, one across for Portales here in the top of the first. Udahata gets the sign from Quiroga. She'll kick and fire, and that one's going to be outside. Throw down, and that one is going to get away. And so the steal goes in and a throwing error, and got her at third, but it will plate the run as Mayberry will go on the throw down to second. Lujan will have the steal. Mayberry will score on the E2, and we talked about it, that was going to be important, but now there is two down as Cordova with the RBI. And the first pitch, and that one will be on the outside corner, and that is called strike one. So two down now. 1-0 pitch, and that one is outside, ball two. All right, let me get the score bug caught up here. So two down, and the wind and the pitch, and that one is up and away. Pardon me, that is Cordova. I guess that was ball four. I missed some pitches in there somewhere. So works the walk. First walk given up by Utahara. And that will bring Amaya Lujan to the plate. I got off somewhere. So Amaya Lujan will step up. So Udahata struggling a little bit here in the first. Lady Cats trailing this one by a score of 2-0. And the first pitch is going to be up high to Lujan. And that'll be ball number one. Well, it's a 1-ball, no strike count. Cordova stands at first. Two down. Now it's important just to get the out. Lovington trailing 2-0, and the pitch swung on, and that one is popped up over on the right side. And in front of the Lovington dugout, Olguin flashes the leather, slaps it out on top of the retaining bar, and gets the out. Pop out to position number 3 for out number 3, but the damage is done as 2 runs come across for Portales. We've played a half inning. It is Portales 2, Lovington coming to bat. Wildcat softball continues in a moment.
When it comes to your hard-earned money, selecting the right bank is vital. Hi, I'm David Campbell, president of First American Bank in Lovington. First American Bank in Lovington is part of this community, so bank with trusted partners you know, and trusted partners that are part of this area we call home. First American Bank offers all the advantages big corporate banks do, and we do our banking with hometown support and commitment. Choose First American Bank, 19 West Washington in Lovington. We want to earn your trust, then earn your business.
Lovington Schools proudly supports their athletic teams and wants to encourage all teachers, students, and staff to keep pressing on. Wildcats, you are winners on and off of the court. Lovington Municipal Schools are proud of holding the utmost and highest standards. Go out there and be proud to be part of the Big Blue. For more information on what is happening now at Lovington Schools, log on to lovingtonschools.net and bet you won't be disappointed. Go Big Blue. 3 claps and a woo!
2 runs on 2 hits, 1 error committed by the Lady Cats, and 1 runner left on base for Portales after a half inning. Portales leads this one early, 2-0. I'm TJ Miracle. Dawn Morgan on assignment tonight. Tiff Stuber keeping an eye and an ear on things back at One Radio Square. It'll be Quiroga, Morales, and Zabri Rodriguez. That is 1, 2, 3 for the Lady Cats. For Portales in the field, they've got Lujan in the ring. Mayberry is her battery mate. Cordova, Terrazas, Lujan, and Acosta around the infield, first to third. Massey, Banda, and Espinosa in the outfield from left to right. So Quiroga leads it off against Lujan a couple of weeks ago. She was 0 for 4, so she would like to see if she could break that streak against the tough Portales pitcher. Talking to some of my broadcast colleagues from both Goddard and from Artesia, They both said Portales is better than their record, and I would agree with them, and they're scrappy. I would also agree with that assessment. So it's going to be up to Lovington to see if they can get the bats clicking early. So Kidoga steps in to lead it off for the Lady Cats, and Lujan kicks and deals. That one is high for ball number 1. With a 1-ball, no strike count, we are underway, bottom of the first. Lovington trails by 2. Right fielder Espinosa only about halfway back. The other 2 infielders back fairly deep and playing straight away. Everybody pretty much playing straight up. Lujan will deal to Kidoga, and that one off speed and up high, ball 2. So a 2-ball, no strike count. Again, we just, not the other umpires here. I didn't see him. He snuck in on me down there. So it's a 2-ball, no strike count. Kidoga leading it off for the Lady Cats. Mayberry sets up over the middle of the plate in the pitch, and that one is going to be high top of the zone for a called strike 1. And as long as it's consistent, you're okay with it. And with a 1-ball, 2-strike count, Kidoga leads it off. Mayberry set up on the outside corner as Lujan will deal, and Kidoga watches that one fly up and away, ball 3. So it's a 3-ball, 1-strike count. Lady Cats and the Lady Rams. Lovington trying to get out of the early 2-0 hole. Bottom of the first after 2 runs come across for Portales. As the wind and the pitch, and that one will be high, ball 4 as Kidoga works the leadoff walk, and the Lady Cats are now in business. So Honey Morales will step to the plate. Honey in that ball game a couple of weeks ago walked to start the game, then had a single and was caught stealing, and also reached when she was hit by a pitch and scored the deciding run in the ball game. So it'll be Honey Morales to step in. Kidoga runs for herself. She stands over at first. Lovington trying to get out of an early 2-0 hole. As Morales steps in, and the first pitch to Honey off speed and hits the inside corner. Nice pitch with some late movement from Lujan. And it is called strike 1. Lujan doesn't have the most conventional windmill. She's got a little hitch in there, and sometimes that can throw the timing off. And Lovington definitely had trouble picking her up a couple of weeks back. And the 0-1 pitch, and that one is swung on, and that one is coming right back up the middle and is going to find its way through. Then it's misplayed by Bond in center field. It'll kick off to her right as Kidoga will head over to third. So Morales with the single up the middle, and then we'll move over to second on the E8. That gets Kidoga over at third, and the Lady Cats are in business here in the first with Zabri Rodriguez to the plate. Zabri has become the biggest part of the power in this lineup. She has the ability to sit back on one and send it out of here in a hurry. Right now, you don't want to worry about that. You just want to worry about keeping the line moving if you can. And Z-Rod will step in, and the first pitch to Zabri, and she will cut it a high fastball and come up empty, strike 1. And you don't need to worry about hitting the bomb. Just get a base hit, score a couple runs, get on, and keep the line moving. Angelina Corral waits on deck. Layla Hernandez follows her up. 2 on, nobody out. Lovington threatening here in the bottom of the first. Mayberry sets up on the inside as Lujan will kick and fire, and that one will be high for ball number 1. So it's a 1-ball, 1-strike count. Outfielders have moved back. Even Espinosa, now about 3/4 of the way back out in right. The wind's blowing. Yeah, that's probably not the worst call. Corner infielders in a little bit. And the 1-1 pitch swung on, and that one is going to be popped up and going to get out of play and fall in between the stands. And now Zabri is down 1 ball and 2 strikes. So the 1-2 count to Rodriguez. Morales at second, Kidoga at third. Lovington threatening, down by 2 here in the first. Of course, this is game 1 of a doubleheader for the Lady Cats. As the umpire had to go over and I think get a few more softballs. So he collects, gets the pouch reloaded, and now he's ready to go with a 1-ball, 2-strike count. As Lujan kicks and fires, and that one going to be fouled off, goes off the noggin of Mayberry and off the noggin of the umpire. Takes the mask off and adjusts the glasses. Coach McCraw going to come over, make sure he's okay. Mayberry asking if he's all right. He's probably taking just a second to catch his breath. Wouldn't blame him on that one. Just checking on him. Yeah, kind of caught the top of the head where there is not a lot of padding on those umpire helmets. A lot of umps now behind the plate have gone to kind of the catching style mask almost. Gentlemen we've got today choosing the more old school way of doing it. And we'll do 1-2 again, and that one rolls in, and that one is going to hit Zabry. Rolls in and catches her on the foot, so hit by the pitch. And now the bases are loaded full of Lady Cats, and it'll be the cleanup hitter, Angelina Corral, to the plate. Angelina going to look to clean them off. She was 2 for 4 a couple of weeks ago against Portales. So now nowhere to put her. And Corral, the cleanup hitter, going to look to clean it up and get Lovington on the board, trailing 2-0. As Lujan gets the sign from Mayberry, sets up inside the line, and the first pitch swung on, and that's a line shot, going to fight its way through into center field. That'll plate 1. Cadoga comes around. Run number 2 comes around as the ball is cut off by Acosta, and it is a 2 RBI single for Angelina Corral, and Lovington has tied this one up at 2 apiece. Zabry to second. Angelina stands at first. So now it'll be Layla Hernandez to the plate. One thing I was going to say in the pregame show, Lovington is very aggressive on the base paths, but that aggression has cost them in the 4 district games 7 different outs. So they've lost more than 2 innings worth of batters for getting gunned down, trying to stretch things out or getting caught stealing. So gotta just be aware of the situation out on the base paths. And now Layla, the short stop, I can't talk all of a sudden, will step in. So runners at first and second. We are tied at 2 apiece. As Lujan and Mayberry's little conference is over. And the first pitch will come in high to Layla. That'll be ball number 1. So the 1 ball, no strike count. Corral at first after the 2 RBI single. Zabry Rodriguez stands at second after she got hit by the pitch. Moved over on the single. Lujan ready to go, and the pitch, and that one will be high. And it's a 2 ball, no strike count. So 2-0 the count. 2 on, nobody out. Lovington already with the crooked number, and they've tied it up, trying to keep the line moving, maybe blow this one open if they can here in the first. Lujan ready to go. She'll deal, and that one swung on and lifted high in the air to shallow right field, and it'll fall foul by about 5 feet. Layla just a little bit behind on that one, but poked it out there, and it curled foul. A little hard to do with the wind gusting 30 miles an hour at times, coming the other way. We need a wind gust right there, about 5 feet worth. That would have been extra bases and 2 more runs. As it is, it's just strike 1. So a 2 ball, 1 strike count. And the wind and the pitch, whoa, up and in. And that will run it to a 2-2. I missed a strike call there. So the two ball, 2 strike count. 2 on, nobody out. Lovington trying to keep the line moving here in this bottom of the first inning. We are tied at 2. Lujan goes into the wind. The pitch swung on, and Layla stays alive and fights that one off back into the chain link. And will stay alive, as Coach McCraw telling her, giving her some instruction down there. Coach DePorto down at first. Talking to Corral. Zabry Rodriguez at second. 2-2 count to Hernandez at the plate. Mayberry sets up right in the middle, and the 2-2 pitch outside. Mayberry whoa, late strike 3 call. Layla will go down looking for out number 1 and the first strikeout of the game. The blue-clad faithful not liking it. The red and black-clad faithful thinking it was a good call. As long as it's consistent out there, you'll take it. So now to be Zimri Ellis to the plate. Ellis 1 for 3 in that ball game at Portales' place a couple of weeks ago. Did walk, steal a base, and score in that ball game. So Ellis will step in to face Lujan. 2 on, 1 out, and the first pitch is high for ball number 1. I say that, and I'm waiting. Yep, it'll be high for ball 1. 2-2, Lovington in the lead. Started with a Kidoga walk and then a single by Morales and an error, and then that led to the 2 RBI single by Corral. And the pitch up high to Ellis. And it is now 2 balls and no strikes. Corral at first, Rodriguez at second. Outfield is deep. Wind picks up just a little bit. As Lujan going to check on the wristband. Mayberry set up on the outside, and the pitch off speed swung on, and that one is drilled to deep left field. That one is going to go and be just foul by less than a foot down the left field line. That one had 2 RBI double written all over it. And Zimmery will just have to trot back to the bag and reset with a 2-ball, 1-strike count. Found something she could drive. Good chase out there by Massey, but that one would have been extra bases. McCraw telling her just stay with it a little bit, keep looking for it. So now 2-ball, 1-strike count. Ellis at the plate battling. And the pitch, and that one will fly away. Oh, that'll be called strike 2. So a 2-ball, 2-strike count. I do seem to remember this umpire, maybe the same one we had in Portales, and he does give the corners pretty generously. And he does it consistently. And the 2-2 pitch swung on. That's a line shot, going to find its way through into left field. That one is going to drop in front of Massey. That is going to score 1, as it'll be an RBI single for Zimmery Ellis, as that'll plate Rodriguez from second. Corral to second. And Ellis with the line shot out there has the RBI. And Lovington now has the 3-2 lead. And that'll be Jocelyn Olguin to the plate. Olguin, an RBI, 2 RBIs in the game against Portales there. And went 2 for 3 in the ball game. Actually 2 for 2 in that game. She also had a walk. And the first pitch to Olguin is on the outside corner, called strike 1. Again, I'm okay with the call on the outside as long as it is consistent. And so far, it has been something for Utahada to remember. And Quiroga and the coaching staff to remember. And the 0-1 pitch, and that one going to be swung on. It'll be a slow roller to the left side, and going over to second in time to get the lead runner. It will move Corral over to third, and so Olguin will reach via the fielder's choice. Ellis is out 6-4 for out number 2. So now Lady Cats at the corners with 2 down, and it'll be Bailey Garcia to the plate. Bailey did not get the start against Portales, so this will be the first time she has. As I say that, let me double check. No, Bailey didn't play in that game against Portales at their place, and the first pitch will be inside corner, strike 1. Extremely delayed strike call as Olguin travels down to second. So the stolen base for Jocelyn. So a 0-ball, 1-strike count to Bailey at the plate. The open stance for the Lady Cat left fielder. And the pitch swung on and fights that one off the hands and down past the first base coach's box. Between the dugout and Coach DePorto. Right off the fist for strike number 2. So a 0-ball, 2-strike count. And the Lady Cats taking the 3-2 lead. Now 2 down, but runners at second and third. Bailey Garcia at the plate, the number 8 hitter for Lovington. So Lujan taking a long look at the wristband. Massey set up right in the middle, and the pitch, that one going to roll in as Mayberry traps it and sits on it like an egg, which will keep Corral over at third. And it's a 1-ball, 2-strike count. So 1-2 the count. Lovington going to continue to keep the line moving. That's the plan. And the 1-2 to Garcia swung on, hit off the fists, and that one will get out of play just to the right side of the Portales dugout. And Garcia hangs tough at a 1-ball, 2-strike count. The 1-2 the count, bottom of the first, 3-2. Lovington in the lead. Gave up 2 in their half of the inning, but have gotten them back +1. So with a 1-2 count, Garcia in plate protection mode. Olguin at second, Corral at third. Garcia readies and the pitch, and that one swung on and missed as got her with the off-speed curveball. So Garcia waves at one that was going out of the zone. The way this ump calls him, probably would have been strike three anyway. He is consistent with it, so I'm not complaining. And the Lady Cats send 8 to the plate and put 3 runs across. We've played an inning, and the Lady Cats leading 3-2 as Lady Cat softball continues on the Lovington Sports YouTube channel and HobbsAmerica.com.
Western States Insurance.
Why choose Western States Insurance as your independent insurance agent? Because Western States Insurance is more than an insurance agency. They're a people agency dedicated to the insurance needs of their customers. Western States Insurance is large enough to provide the products you demand and small enough to offer you personal service.
We've got you covered. Western States Insurance.
Call 396-1318 or go by 212 North Love in Lovington. Attention shoppers, Bob's Thriftway welcomes you to Lovington, New Mexico. This week you'll save big on grocery items throughout their store. Save big on produce, household items, bread products, and meats. Every week, Bob's Thriftway has big savings for their customers. Bob's Thriftway is your local hometown grocery store. So for the freshest produce, the best meats, shop Bob's Thriftway, 906 West Avenue D in Lovington.
3 runs on 3 hits, 1 error committed by Portales, and 2 runners left on base. We head to the second inning, Lovington leading Portales. Game 1 of this doubleheader, 3-2. Due up for Portales in their half of the inning. It'll be Ruth Espinosa, Anetsi Acosta, and Gloria Terrazas. It is 7, 8, and 9 due up for Portales. I'm TJ Miracle, Don Morgan on assignment tonight. Tiff Stuber keeping an eye and an ear on things back at One Radio Square. So now it'll be Ruth Espinosa. She will lead it off against the Lady Cats. Utahada in the ring. She'll kick and fire, and that one is on the outside corner. Yes, ma'am. Strike 1. Long as we both get them on that outside corner, that's fine. So a no ball, 1 strike count. Into the second inning. A good one so far in the early goings as Utahada winds and delivers, and that one same spot, same result. Strike 2. Utahada mowed down 13 of these Lady Rams up there. She has yet to record a strikeout. Through 2+ here, or through 1+, and the pitch. Whoa, that one hung up in the hand a little bit. Utahada kind of shaking the hands. Maybe she hit the hip on that one. Nobody on, so no harm, no foul. And Kidoga just has to go find the softball and collect it and get it back out to Utahada. Outfield is deep. Infield, their normal positions for the number 7 hitter. And the pitch just missing outside. So I guess we know where the outside corner is now. So a 2-ball, 2-strike count. So the 2-2 pitch to Ruth Espinosa. 2-2 delivery. Swung on and missed. Got her with the changeup. Ring her up and set her down. Espinosa goes down swinging. And there is 1 down for Portales here in this top of the second inning. So now it'll be Anetsi Acosta to the plate. Acosta, a couple of weeks ago back at their place, was 0 for 3. So she'll step in to face Utahada for the first time, and that fastball is going to be just low for ball 1. So the 1-ball, no strike count. Pull that up about 3 inches, and I think it's probably strike 1. Acosta settles back in. Utahada kicks, fires fastball. Just missing outside for ball 2. Maybe a touch low. So the 2-ball, no strike count. Utahada continues to deal, and the pitch, and that one will hit the outside corner. Yes, ma'am, strike 1. So a 2-ball, 1-strike count. Hernandez and Morales fairly deep up the middle. Corral and Olguin shading in slightly at the corners, and the 2-1 pitch, and that one a fastball. Framed up nicely by Olguin and called strike 2. So that'll even the count at 2 balls and 2 strikes. 1 down here in the top of the second. Lovington leading 3-2. Portales playing for their playoff lives. Is that fastball going to sail away? And that will run the count full to Anetsi Acosta. First full count faced by either team this afternoon. As Utahara can check on the wristband. Now she's ready to go. And the wind and the payoff pitch. Swung on and missed. Ringer up, sit her down. Ran the fastball by her. Acosta takes a hack at it, but comes up empty. And there is 2 down now, and that'll bring Gloria Terrazas to the plate. Terrazas will step in. Terrazas 0 for 2 against Daphne. They played at their place. There were only 3 hits given up in that ball game. Back in Portales. First pitch got her with the little oop-de-oop as that one came in screaming, hit me, and then dropped off the table. And Terrazas swings at strike number 1. And the 0-1 pitch fastball. That one is going to miss just low. And the count evens up at a ball and a strike. So a 1-ball, 1-strike count. Lovington leading 3-2. From here at Lady Cat Field. And the pitch fastball outside corner called strike 2. Now it's a 1-ball, 2-strike count. Lady Cats up 3-2 here in the top of the second. 2 down. Gloria Terrazas hitting for Portales, the number 9 hitter for the Lady Rams. Swung on and missed. Got her with the riser. Gets away from the catcher Quiroga, but Anai grabs it, fires it down, and Terrazas goes down swinging. So it is striking out the side for Utahara in the second. We've played an inning and a half. It's Lovington in the lead, 3-2, as Lady Cat softball continues in just a moment.
Devon Energy is proud to support the athletic programs of Lovington High School this season. By partnering with local schools in Lovington, Devon is making an investment in the long-term future of the community. Sports teach discipline, teamwork, and leadership. Skills our youth will use to succeed for a lifetime. From the Devon team to yours, Devon Energy wishes you good luck this season, both on the field and in the classroom. Go Wildcats!
Introducing a smarter, easier way to manage your Lee County Electric account. It is called Smart Hub. Now you can pay your bill anywhere, anytime, with 24-hour access to your account. It is free and simple to use. Just search for the Smart Hub app on your cell phone or device and download the free app, or go to our website at lcecnet.com and look for the Smart Hub logo to view your account or pay your bill online. Managing your Lee County Electric account conveniently and securely with Smart Hub. Lee County Electric, owned by those we serve.
And welcome back to Lovington Lady Cat Softball from Walmart Digital and One Radio Square Sports. I'm TJ Miracle. Thanks so much for being with us here this afternoon. No runs, no hits, no errors, and nobody left on base as Portales goes 1-2-3 as Utahara strikes out the side. As we head to the bottom of the second, it'll be 9-1-2. That's Sabri Sanchez, Anahi Quiroga, and Honey Morales due up. So Sabri will step in to try and get the line moving for the Lady Cats again with a 1-run lead. Lujan still in the ring, getting a couple of strikeouts in that first inning. Going to be important to remember. It is a very wide strike zone. And the first pitch to Savory swung on, and she will shoot that one over Quiroga, low bridge. He ducks out of the way of it, and it will hit the netting in front of the dugout. Strike 1. Savory not wasting any time on that one. Just a little bit behind on it. Got it and shot it to the right side. Outfield deep, infield playing straight up. Everybody pretty well straight up. And the pitch swung on. And that one is lifted high in the air to shallow right field. And it is going to get past a charging Espinosa and go all the way to the wall. Sabri is around second. She is heading to third. And Coach McCraw going to hold her up at third as Espinosa had a little bit of trouble digging that one out. But it'll be a leadoff triple to right for Sabri Sanchez. And the Lady Cats are in business. So that'll turn it over to the top of the lineup with Anai Quiroga. Quiroga worked the walk and scored in the first. So she's going to try and cash in Sanchez, who stands at third. Lovington trying to add to the 3-2 lead. Lady Cats, if they can get the bats clicking, they can do some damage in a hurry. In the first pitch, as Lujan took a little bit off of that one. It wasn't exactly a changeup, but it wasn't her fastest fastball either, but it's strike 1 no matter how you look at it. Kinoga stands straight up. Now she goes into her stance as Lujan ready to go. Mayberry on the outside and the pitch, and that one going to drop in for strike number 2. Kinoga watches it in. And again, you got to remember, if he's going to call him on that outside like that, you got to swing at him. So Lujan will check on the wristband. So will Mayberry. She sets up right over the middle, and the 0-2 pitch swung on, and that one will be lifted into shallow left field. That one will get down before Massey can get to it as Kidhoga has the RBI single to left, and the Lady Cats have cashed in the leadoff triple and lead this one by a score of 4-2. So now it'll be Honey Morales to the plate. Morales singled right back up the middle and scored in the first as Lovington takes the 2-run lead. And so far, they are figuring out Lujan. They've already got 5 hits against her, only had 7 in the whole game, a 7-inning affair in Portales a couple weeks back. And so the first pitch to Morales, fastball outside corner, called strike 1. So 0-ball, 1 strike count. Morales steps back and then kind of goes through her hitting motion with Kidhoga, who runs for herself over at first. The 0-1 pitch swung on, and that'll be a chop shot. Going to find its way through over between third and short. Left fielder Massey will get to it, but it is 3 consecutive hits for the Lady Cats to start off this second inning. So 2 on, nobody out, and now it'll be Zabri Rodriguez to the plate. Zabri hit by the pitch and then scored in the first. So Zabri going to step in, looking to cash in. Lovington leads by 2, would like to put more on. 1 across already in this half of the second. They want to get the line moving. Lujan looks over to the dugout. I'm sure Coach Bonner flashing her the signs. Mayberry sets up on the inside. The pitch to Zabri, and that one is up and away. Ball number 1. And a throw down over and somehow sliding in safely and going over to second and not ready for it. But Kidhoga living dangerously and gets herself over to third. Sorry I missed that. So the stolen base for Kidhoga, and Morales goes to second on the confusion. So again, we talked about this in the pregame. You got to be careful there. So Zabri at the plate, a 1-0 count. And the pitch, that one going to sail up and away, ball number 2. So a 2-0 count. Lovington now with runners at second and third. Morales at second, Kidhoga at third. And nobody out. 1 run already across, and Zabri Rodriguez at the plate. 2-0 count. Everybody deep. And the pitch, Zabri takes a hack at that one and comes up just a little bit short. And it'll run the count to 2-1. Massey shading a couple of steps over towards the line and left and is very deep. Generally where Zabri likes to take him. And the 2-1 pitch, and that one is going to get away from the catcher, but nice job. Mayberry gets to it quickly, which will keep Kidhoga stapled over at third. It's ball 3 to Zabri. I wouldn't be surprised if they didn't get Zabri anything to hit, because that'll put the force on at any base, and it'll also give them a better chance with first base open for maybe a double play. I think they would trade a run or 2 if they could get a couple outs. So Zabri with a 3-1 count at the plate, facing off against Lujan. Mayberry set up right in the heart of the plate, and the 3-1 pitch swung on as Zabri shoots that one back to the screening. And it's a 3-2 count, full count now for the Lady Cat number 3 hitter. First Lady Cat to take the count full. Lujan pops the ball into the glove. Now looks over to the dugout. We'll check on the wristband. So she is ready to go. And the line and the payoff pitch to Zabri swung on, and that one heads towards the tennis courts in the Lovington bullpen. So we'll reset and try 3-2 again. Coming up about 30 minutes after the completion of this one, of course, we'll have game 2 of this pivotal district doubleheader. If you're tuning in looking for the boys game, see that at HobbsAmerica.com. Our friends over at KSVP AM 990 in Artesia providing us the audio and video for that. Getting the Lovington boys right now in our T on HobbsAmerica.com. And the payoff pitch to Zabry swung on, and that one is going to be popped up over on the right side. Could be trouble in it. Losing it in the sun is Cordova and just misfiring on it. So a bullet dodged by Rodriguez, and we will reset at 3-2. Was late on it and got under it. Coach DePorto comes over and has a quick word with her. He's just telling her to settle it down and level it out. She's fought off a couple of pretty good pitches and fouled them off to stay alive. So 3-2 still the count. Morales at second, Quiroga at third. Payoff pitch for the third time swung on, and that one is going to be drilled out to left field. That one will be off the wall in left, and then skitters back over towards the alley. That'll get one home. That'll get two home. And Zabry Rodriguez with the ringing 2 RBI double out to left. Cashes in Quiroga from third. Morales from second. And Lovington now leads this one by a score of 6-2. So Angelina Corral steps in, nobody out. Angelina 1 for 1 at a 2 RBI single. Her last time up, then got left stranded at third. But looking to keep the line moving. Lovington now up by 4. Bottom of the second inning. 1 on, nobody out. 3 runs across for the Lady Cats. And the first pitch, and that one is going to be popped up right to the first base side of the ring. And Lujan will go over and reach the glove up and make the grab for out number 1. So 1 down is Layla Hernandez to the plate. Layla 0 for 1, struck out looking her last time up. I mean, she would like to atone for that and see if the Lady Cats can just keep the hit parade moving along. 4 consecutive hits to start the inning for Lovington, and that one is heading to the parking lot for strike 1. Lovington having a much, not easier, I want to say, but Lovington is seemingly able to pick Lujan up a little bit better here this afternoon than they did a couple of weeks back at their place. When I say a couple of weeks, 10 days ago. It was a no ball, 1 strike count to Layla at the plate. 1 down, runner at second is Rodriguez. And the 0-1 pitch swung on, and that one is heading to the parking lot. And so now Hernandez going to have to battle down 0-2 in the count. Coach DePorto going to ask for a moment. And I've heard him called the hitting whisperer, so he's going to come over and whisper to Layla. Maybe tell her, watch her timing. Step straight forward, level the bat out. There's a quick meeting at the mound while we have a moment. Big thanks to Lovington Schools, First American Bank of Lovington, Eunice Pump and Supply, Stone Oilfield Services, Lee County Electric Cooperative, Lovington Auto Supply Napa, Devon Energy, Bob Thriftway, and Western States Insurance, making Lovington Lady Cat softball and Lovington sports in general possible here on the Lovington Sports YouTube channel, HobbsAmerica.com, and the Z94 KZOR Facebook page. So now Hernandez in plate protection mode, down 0-2. Lujan kicks, fires in the dirt, and that will be ball 1. Not the worst pitch selection there for Portales, seeing if they could get Hernandez to chase. She normally does not, and she doesn't that time, but doesn't hurt to try, especially in a pitcher's count. Now the 1-2, and that one going to sail out of the zone high for ball 2 as Mayberry has to come out of the crouch. And we'll snag that one to keep Zabry over at second. 3 runs across to the Lady Cats, 1 down here in the bottom of the second. Zabry Rodriguez, after a 2 RBI double, stands at second. 2-2 to Hernandez at the plate, and the pitch, that one sails up and away, ball 3. Oh, that will run the count full to the Lady Cat shortstop. Waiting on deck is Zimmery Ellis. She'd be followed by Jocelyn Olguin. Lovington would like to get that far. They'd like to get down to Bailey Garcia, waiting 4 back. A quick timeout on the field. Now we're ready to go. So full count to Hernandez at the plate. The payoff pitch swung on, and that one is going to be drilled out to deep left field, and that one is going to get over the head of the left fielder, Massey. That will plate Rodriguez, and it is a stand-up RBI double for Layla Hernandez as she drills that one to left field and makes it a 7-2 ball game. and keeps the line moving. So now Zimmery Ellis to the plate. Good piece of hitting there for Hernandez. She battled back from 0-2 to get it to the full count, and then Lujan kind of hanging her one. Made a little bit of a mistake on the pitch, and Lovington made her pay for it. So now to be Zimmery Ellis. She is 1 for 1. She singled to left with an RBI her last time up. Still just one down for the Lady Cats, and the pitch up and away to Zimmery. That'll be ball one. Still the 1-ball, no strike count. Lovington with 4 runs across in this inning. Lead it by a score of 7-2. And would like to just keep moving it along. Mayberry sets up on the inside, flashes the sign. The 1-0 pitch swung on, and that one is going to come over just to the left of the press box here. Good location on the inside as Ellis fought it off the hands and shot it up and out of play. She can pull the hands back just a little bit more and level that one out. Would fire right back up the middle. So the 1-1 pitch swung on, and that one is hit high in the air to deep left field. Is going back, and up against the wall. Massey bangs into the wall. That will score Layla Hernandez, who scored Rodriguez. But it is another RBI double to left for the Lady Cats. Now it is 8-2 as Olguin going to come out and prepared. Jocelyn reached on a fielder's choice, stole the base, and was left stranded her last time up. We are going to have a timeout. Portales coach is going to come out and want to talk to Lujan a little bit, and I think we're going to have a pitching change. So Lujan is done as they're going to bring Bonda in to pitch, and so we may just have a straight-up switch. We'll see. So Bonda coming in to pitch with the line moving for the Lady Cats with the pitching change. We'll be back. Lady Cat softball continues in a moment.
It's no secret, at some point you'll have a question or need to replace or fix something on your vehicle. Whether your vehicle is new or ancient, Lovington Auto Supply is your trusted advisor when you need dependable auto parts. Not only do they have the parts you need, they have real answers to your real automotive questions, and that help keeps your vehicle running longer and stronger. Quality parts, helpful people. Lovington Auto Supply, 217 West Avenue D in Lovington. Napa, get up and go.
Stone Oilfield Services says many traffic fatalities may be caused by an intoxicated driver. So do yourself and your community a favor and remember the 3 C's of safety: caution, courtesy, and above all, common sense. Safe and sober driving is everyone's responsibility. That message was from Stone Oilfield Services in Lovington, a name you can trust and depend on. For quality and integrity, call 575-396-1840. From the Stone family and staff at Stone Oilfield Services.
Eunice Pump and Supply has been around for over 30 years and is excited to continue their services to the community. They take pride in their employees and their hard work and dedication, and most importantly, take pride in the youth of Lee County. Eunice Pump and Supply is a proud supporter of all Lee County athletics and academics. Eunice Pump and Supply, 1310 Avenue O in Eunice, another proud supporter of Lee County athletics.
And welcome back to Lovington Lady Cat Softball from New Walmart Digital and One Radio Square Sports, as Miley Bonda will take over in the ring as they will move the starting pitcher Lujan over to third, and they will move the third baseman Lujan, that's Acosta, out to center. So Acosta goes to center, and so it'll be the first pitch from Bonda, and that one is going to go up and away and fly away. Ball number 1 to Jocelyn Olguin. So a 1-ball, no strike count. And Zimmery Ellis moving over on the wild pitch. Lovington leading this one by 6, 8-2. As Coach Bonner deciding to try and staunch the bleeding. And so brings Bonda in relief, and the pitch swung on, and that'll be a line shot, going to go all the way to the wall. Out in left center as Olguin rounds first, and she will just stay there as Massey got to that one quickly, but it'll be an RBI single for Olguin, and the line keeps moving as that will play to Ellis, and now it's a 9-2 Lovington ball game as Bailey Garcia to the plate. Bailey 0 for 1. Would like to just move it along. So this will be the first time she has faced Bonda, who just came in. So Bailey Garcia 0 for 1. Runner at first is Olguin, and Bailey shows bunt, pulls it back, and that one is going to get away and go out of the glove of Mayberry. So that'll move Olguin down to second on the passed ball. And it's ball 1 to Bailey. So 1 ball, no strike count to Garcia. As Lovington trying to completely blow this one open. They lead by 7. They've plated 6 so far, just 1 out. Here in the second, runner at second, Garcia at the plate. And the 1-0 pitch swung on, and that one's going over the press box. And leaving it up at a ball and a strike. Bailey just a little bit underneath that one. Spun it off and popped it off. So right at the front of the right side box, Olguin stands at second. Bonda ready to deal now. Mayberry on the inside, and the 1-1 pitch, and that one is going to rise out of the zone. Ball 2. So the 2-ball, 1 strike count. Of course, we mentioned in the Stone Oilfield Services pregame show that math is simple for Lovington. Win any 3 of your next 5, and you are the district champs. If you can get the sweep today, that would be a big sigh of relief. In the 2-1 pitch, and that one off speed and finds the inside corner. And the count evens up at 2-2 as Bonda took something off of that one and got it in there on the strike. Garcia was thinking maybe something outside, not ready for the inside corner. Watched a pretty good pitch there from Bonda. Now Mayberry setting up on the outside, and the 2-2 pitch swung on, and that one is going to be popped up and going to come out of play and bounce off the top of something. I don't think it got to the parking lot. Maybe the big state championship softball out there. So the count evens up at 2 balls and 2 strikes. Sabri Sanchez waits on deck. Sabri started the line this inning with the leadoff triple. Still just 1 down, and the pitch to Garcia swung on, and that one is lifted high in the air to deep left field as Massey goes back and makes the grab at the track and quickly turns and will fire it in. Lujan has a little trouble corralling it, but manages to keep it in front of her. So Garcia gives it a ride, but comes up empty to left, and there is 2 down now as Sabri Sanchez to the plate. If the wind is not blowing pretty much straight across, I think Bailey gets that one out if it's even got just a skosh of out, but it does not. It is shifted is a little bit in right at the moment. So Sanchez will step in at the ringing triple to right to lead things off, and she'll take the first pitch at the top of the zone for strike 1. So the no ball, 1 strike count. Lovington with 7 across this inning, looking to keep the line moving. 2 down, 1 on. And the pitch is up high. And the count evens up at a ball and a strike. So the 1 ball, 1 strike count. Runner at second is Olguin at an RBI single. Then moved to second on the pass ball. Bonda going to take the long look into the wristband. Now she's ready, and the 1-1 pitch swung on and missed. Came in on the inside corner, a good fastball. Sabri not able to catch up with strike number 2, so it's a 1 ball, 2 strike count. 7 runs across this inning for the Lady Cats, 6 runs across. Trying to keep things moving along. 2 down, 1 on, and the 1-2 pitch swung on, and that one is going to be popped up, and that one is going to just barely get out of play. Comes into a gentleman wearing a Z-Rod t-shirt, and the ball going to come back in as Fan, who got that one off the ricochet, tosses it back to Mayberry, who will give it back to the ump. As Sanchez fights off a pretty good pitch, it'll stay 1 ball, 2 strikes. 2 out, 1 on, 1-2 at the count to Sanchez, the DP. And the 1-2 pitch swung on and missed as got her with the riser as Sanchez will go down swinging for out number 3, but Lovington will plate 6. We've played 2. Lovington 9, Portales 2. Lady Cat Softball continues in a moment on the Lovington Sports YouTube channel and HobbsAmerica.com.
When it comes to your hard-earned money, selecting the right bank is vital. Hi, I'm David Campbell, president of First American Bank in Lovington. First American Bank in Lovington is part of this community, so bank with trusted partners you know and trusted partners that are part of this area we call home. First American Bank offers all the advantages big corporate banks do, and we do our banking with hometown support and commitment. Choose First American Bank, 19 West Washington in Lovington. We want to earn your trust, then earn your
Lovington
business.
Schools proudly supports their athletic teams and wants to encourage all teachers, students, and staff to keep pressing on. Wildcats, you are winners on and off of the court. Lovington Municipal Schools are proud of holding the utmost and highest standards. Go out there and be proud to be part of the Big Blue. For more information on what is happening now at Lovington Schools, log on to lovingtonschools.net and bet you won't be disappointed. Go Big Blue. 3 claps and a woo!
6 runs on 7 hits, no errors committed by Portales, and 1 runner left on in the bottom of the second inning. We head to the third. It'll be the top of the Portales lineup. That is Bonda, Massey, and Mayberry. And we have just been informed up in the press box that Daphne Utahada, with the 3 strikeouts 1 inning ago, with striking out the side, has now reached her 300th career strikeout. So congratulations to Daphne Utahada reaching that milestone, 300 strikeouts in her career as a Lovington Lady Cats. And that'll be Miley Bonda to the plate. She singled up the middle to lead things off as she'll face Daff, and the first pitch from Utahada is outside for ball 1. Still 1 ball, no strike count. Outfield is deep, infield they're normal positioned. Bonda pretty aggressive at the plate. And she'll settle into the left side, and the pitch, and that one took something off of it and drops down and through and out of the zone and is called a ball. So 2-1 the count. Pretty good crowd on hand. A little Friday night softball. Turning into a nice evening. Wind starting to die maybe just a little bit. 2-0 pitch shows bunt and pushes it out. Utahada gets to it and will fire it over to first, but not in time to get the speedy Bonda, who has the infield single. Not sure that one. Corral, I think, might have had the better play on it, but Utahada right there and gets it over. And so that'll bring Skylar Massey to the plate. Massey attempted a bunt her last time up, actually did bunt, and it moved Bonda over to second. So got to think maybe she is going to try that one again. Massey will step in the first pitch, and that one will be low for ball number 1. 1 ball, no strike count. 9-2, the Lady Cats in control of this one. But would like to get to the dugout quickly and see if they could start the line moving once again. Kidoga set up on the outside and the pitch, and that one will be just low for ball number 2. So it's a 2 ball, no strike count. Bonda at first with good speed. Corner infielders in just slightly. And Holguin and Corral, first and third. And the 2-0 pitch from Utahada, the changeup, and that one floats inside and low for ball number 3. So a 3 ball, no strike count. You've got to think Massey is probably going to have the take sign on. Lady Cat faithful encouraging Utahada on, and the 3-0 pitch right down the pipe. Runner goes, throw down in time, burner down! Kidoga saw her jump, made the perfect throw to Hernandez, who throws the sweep tag down across the plate and into the leg of Miley Bonda. She is out 2-6 for out number 1. And you got to think Massey was told you should have swung at that to give her a chance at least. So now the leadoff single wiped out, and it's 3-1 to Massey at the plate. And that one, a beautiful pitch on the outside corner, called strike 2. So that will run the count full to Skylar Massey. 1 down, top 3. As Utahada ready, Kidoga down, and the pitch swung on and missed. Ringer up and center down. Massey goes down swinging. That'll be the 4th K in the ballgame for Utahada, and that will bring up Addison Mayberry. So 2 down as Mayberry doubled to left her last time up. An RBI doubled to left her last time up, as a matter of fact. So she is 1 for 1. But 2 down now, nobody on. Utahada rolls that one in for ball 1. And just a little off on the release point there. The number 3 hitter, Mayberry, the catcher. I believe she's a freshman. It's a very young Portales team. Freshmen, sophomores, and 8th graders. I'm not sure they've got a senior starting. Check swing. Did she go around? Yes, she did. Evens the count at a ball and a strike. They could be, they're scrappy now. They could be genuine trouble later on. Lovington fairly young, too. Only 2 seniors on their squad. 1-1 pitch, off speed, inside corner. Does it paint the black? No, it just misses. Pretty close pitch there, ball 2. So it's a 2-ball, 1-strike count. Mayberry back in. Utahada ready, and she'll deal, and that one fastball outside corner evens it up at 2 balls and 2 strikes. So the 2-2 count, 2 down. Portales going to try and find a little 2-out magic. Lovington wants to get back to the dugout, see if they can get the line moving against Bonda again. Already up by 7 in this one, 9-2 the score. Daff has the side. She's ready. Fastball swung on and missed. Ring her up and sit her down. 5th K of the ball game for Utahada. And it's not the most conventional 1-2-3 you'll ever see, but Portales goes 1-2-3 in the top of the 3rd. We head to the bottom of the 3rd. Lovington 9, Portales 2. Lady Cat softball continues in a moment.
Western States Insurance.
Why choose Western States Insurance as your independent insurance agent? Because Western States Insurance is more than an insurance agency. They're a people agency dedicated to the insurance needs of their customers. Western States Insurance is large enough to provide the products you demand and small enough to offer you personal service.
We've got you covered. Western States Insurance.
Call 396-1318 or go by 212 North Love in Lovington. Attention shoppers. Bob's Thriftway welcomes you to Lovington, New Mexico. This week you'll save big on grocery items throughout their store. Save big on produce, household items, bread products, and meats. Every week, Bob's Thriftway has big savings for their customers. Bob's Thriftway is your local hometown grocery store. So for the freshest produce, the best meats, shop Bob's Thriftway, 906 West Avenue D in Lovington.
No runs on 1 hit, no errors, and nobody left on base, as not the most conventional 1-2-3 you'll ever see, but you will definitely take it. We've played 2.5, Lovington up 7-2. On TJ Miracle, we will turn things over to the top of the Lady Cat lineup, as Anahi Kidoga will lead it off for the 2nd time in the ball game. She is 1 for 1, walked and scored in the 1st, had an RBI single and scored in the 2nd. So Kidoga will try and start the line moving once again for the Lady Cats. Bonda stays in the ring. Mayberry still her battery mate. Cordova, Terrazas, Lujan, and Lujan on the left side. And Massey, Acosta, and Espinosa in the outfield. So Kidoga steps in 1 for 1 with 2 runs scored and an RBI. So going to look to get the line moving again. This will be the first time she has faced Bonda, who came in relief of Lujan. Mayberry down, Bonda ready to go, and the first pitch inside is Kidoga. Has to bend out of the way of that one. And it's a 1-ball, no strike count. So the 1-0 count, bottom of the 3rd, just underway. Lovington in control of this one, but would like to seize it with both hands. So Bonda deals, swung on, and that one is off the fist and going to dump that one into shallow left center field. Going to roll as Kidoga stands at first and smartly just stays right there, I think. Costa with a pretty good arm out there, tosses it in, but hey, just move the line and see what happens. And now it'll be Honey Morales to the plate. Honey 2 for 2. Had a single and scored in the 1st, had a single and scored in the 2nd. So going to try and keep the line moving and wind up 3 for 3. So runner at first is Kidoga, who runs for herself. A lot of catchers don't, but now he does. So Morales will step in, be the first time she's faced Bonda. She'll show bunt, pull it back, and the ball is up and away. Mayberry up, ready to throw down if Kidoga gets too far off the bag. She gets back over there, no problem. Cordova keeping an eye on her too. As Morales steps out and twirls the bat. Now she's back in, slightly open stance. 1 on, nobody out. Bonda deals, swung on, and that'll be a line shot out into left field as that one is going to drop in front of Massey out there. And she'll toss it in, but it is back-to-back singles for the Lady Cats here in this bottom of the third inning. So now it's Zabri Rodriguez to the plate. Zabri hit by a pitch and scored in the first, then had a 2 RBI double and scored in the second. So 1 for 1 officially. Now 2 on, nobody out. And the heart of the Lady Cat lineup to the plate. Lovington wants to just get the hits, get the runs, and see what happens. Bonda looks in. Now she'll deal. Swung on and missed on the riser. Zabri, pretty good pitch there from Bonda. So that'll run the count to no balls and 1 strike. Zabri with the open stance. 2 on, nobody out. First time she's faced Bonda this afternoon. And the pitch, the riser, that time rises out of the zone. Zabri holding up on it. The count evens up at a ball and a strike. Morales at first, Quiroga at second. Both of them singling to lead off the inning. Angelina Corral waits on deck. As Bonda looks, kicks, fires, swung on, and that one fought off the fist. That one could be trouble. That one is going to dump into shallow right field, but the throw and the force out at third is going to be in time, as nothing Quiroga can do on that one. She had to wait to tag up as Massey comes in and makes the grab. So Quiroga is going to be out 7-5 for out number 1. Zabri will get credit for a single, but there is 1 down now for the Lady Cats. It's one of them you just hate. If that's anywhere else, it's bases loaded, nobody out. And now it'll be Angelina Corral to the plate. Angelina 1 for 2, a 2 RBI single back in the first, then popped out in the second. And the first pitch to Corral is going to be low and in for ball number 1. So 1 for 2, Angelina at the plate. So now Zabri at first. Morales, that's Honey Morales at second. Mayberry checks the wristband. Bonda checks the wristband, and the pitch swung on, and that one is fought off the fist. That one's going to get dumped into shallow left field as coach going to hold up Morales, and she will scamper back over safely. Good arm out there for Massey. But that will load them up. 4 consecutive singles for the Lady Cats. Morales to third, Rodriguez to second, and now Corral at first. Layla Hernandez, who had the 2 RBI double to left and scored back in that 6-run outburst in the second. Now the base is loaded full of her teammates, and Lovington looking to do some damage here in the third. Bonda takes the long look at the wristband. Now she's ready. She'll kick and fire, and that one will be high up around eyeball level. And it'll be ball 1 to Layla. So 1 ball, no strike count, 1 down. Corral at first, Rodriguez at second, Morales at third. All of them on via the single. We've had 4 straight singles, but those singles, Quiroga had to tag up, and that one will go up and away, ball 2. Had to wait to tag up on one into shallow left field, and Lujan and Bonda, it was actually Massey, who got to it out and left and threw it in before Quiroga could get to third, having to wait to tag and come all 60 feet. 2-0 count to Hernandez at the plate, swung on, and that one is into the parking lot. Not too worried about the blue Toyota out there. Somebody hits it. I'm not sure I'd notice it anyway. It is my ancient pickup, and it still runs good, but sometimes doesn't look too pretty. That's okay. And it's an okay count. 2-1 at the plate to Layla Hernandez. Bases are loaded. Bonda in the ring in relief, and the pitch, and that one will be up and away, ball 3. So the 3-ball, 1 strike count. Bonda, you've got to think not to walk the run in. May give Layla something she can handle here. Well, it's important if she gets one she can tee up, that she does. As Bonda ready, Mayberry down, and the pitch inside, ball 4. So Hernandez has her second RBI of the ball game, as that will walk Morales in from third. Everybody moves around, and it becomes a 10-2 ball game. So now Zabri Rodriguez on third, Angelina Corral at second, Layla Hernandez at first. Bases still loaded for Zemery Ellis. She is 2 for 2. RBI single in the first, then was forced out on a grounder. Then she had an RBI double in the second and scored. Bases loaded, full of Lady Cats. Ellis at the plate. First pitch is high for ball. Top of the zone for called strike one. Kind of a little bit of a delay on the call there. And this ump is consistent. Sometimes he just takes a minute to indicate the strike. That's all right, as long as he's consistent. As Ellis settles back in, and the 0-1 pitch swung on and missed. Took something off of that one. Pretty good changeup there for Bonda. And it'll be a no ball, 2 strike count. Bases loaded, full of Lady Cats, nowhere to put them. 1 run across, just 1 down. 10-2 the score, Lovington in the lead. But now Ellis going to have to protect the plate down 0-2. Bonda deals, swung on, and that one is going to be hit off the fist and foul out of play over the Portales dugout. So Ellis getting a pretty good pitch to handle. Coach telling her just be a little patient. Be sure you catch it coming out of the hand. So Ellis stays at 0-2, stays alive. Bonda ready to go. And the pitch swung on, and that one is shot foul into the netting in front of the Portales dugout. Coach McCraw almost having to do a little fancy maneuvering to get out of the way. But Ellis seems to have that delivery down, just needs to work on straightening it out. Outfield is deep and straight away. Infield pretty much their normal positions. You got to think they'd like to cut off a run if it comes to it. And swung on. That's a chop shot, going to go right to third, and they will throw that one in for the force out at home. So that'll get Zabry. That will go 2-5 for out number 2. Everybody will move around as Corral to third, Hernandez to second, and Ellis at first on the fielder's choice as Jocelyn Olguin to the plate now. Jocelyn reached on a fielder's choice in the first. RBI single, then was left stranded in the second. Lovington with 1 run across, and they have been threatening. Is now Mayberry going to go out and ask for time? She wants to talk to the infielders. So while we have a moment, big thanks to the good folks at Bob's Thriftway, your local hometown grocery store right here in Lovington. The Jamison family over at Bob's Thriftway, great supporters of the community and the Lovington Wildcats and Lady Cats. All your grocery needs right here in Lovington. Go see the good folks at Bob's Thriftway. Also a big thanks to Devon Energy. Devon Energy doing more than just pulling it out of the patch, putting it back into our communities, putting it back in to support our schools and our kids. Good folks at Devon Energy supporting Lady Cat and Wildcat athletics. Lee County Electric Cooperative powering Lovington and Northern Lee County. Lee County Electric Co-op, and also Lovington Auto Supply in Napa. And trust me, when you need the Napa know-how, get it from Lovington Auto Supply, 217 West Avenue D. Meeting at the mound over, and the first pitch will be on the inside corner, called strike 1 to Olguin. So a no ball, 1 strike count to Olguin. Bases still loaded. Ellis at first, Hernandez at second, Corral at third. Bonda in the ring in a bit of a jam, but Lovington has only scored 1 thus far. And the pitch is going to be high, and things even up at a ball and a strike to Jocelyn Olguin. Lovington up 10-2. If Jocelyn can find a way on, Bailey Garcia waits on deck. Lovington knocking at the door of Mercy Rule timing. And the pitch swung on, and that one is heading back over our heads to the right. Strike 2. Olguin just a little bit behind and underneath that one. So now has to protect the plate. See if he can put something sharply on the ground. Lovington has hit a bunch of them in the air as the wind has shifted slightly. Still blowing right to left, but now a little bit more in. And the 1-2, and that one will float up and away. And the count evens up at 2 balls and 2 strikes. Of course, about 30 minutes after the conclusion of this one, we'll have game 2 of this pivotal district doubleheader right here on the Lovington Sports YouTube channel and HobbsAmerica.com. Bonda ready, 2-2 pitch to Olguin. Swung on, and that one is jacked but foul down over the batting cage on the left side of things. Half a heartbeat later, maybe a full heartbeat as far as foul as that one went. We'll say a full heartbeat later, and Olguin's probably got the grand slam. Going to be tough to get one out of here that is not a screaming liner. 2-2 pitch from Bonda. That one going to roll in and will bounce, but comes right up the third baseline as Mayberry stays right with it. Portales getting a break the way that one bounced that nobody could move along, and that will run the count full to Olguin. Olguin has fought off a tough pitch or two to stay alive and has now run the count full. Now watch for the changeup here. And the payoff pitch, it is the changeup, and it is popped up over on the left side. Lujan over, can't get to it, and it will fall in fair territory. Scores 1, scores 2, gets away from the catcher, and will score 3 runs. And it is a 2 RBI bloop single for Jocelyn Olguin. That one falls right on the line as Lujan, and Massey all questioning it. And so that will plate Corral. It will plate Hernandez, and Zimmery Ellis also comes in. And Olguin on the play-in will move all the way to third base. So now 13-2, an 11-run Lady Cat lead as Bailey Garcia to the plate. Bailey 0 for 2 and due as Lovington now leading by 11. Bailey, the 8th Lady Cat of the inning, to come to the plate. Sabri Sanchez waits on deck. Now Lovington going to try and cash in the runner at third, and the first pitch to Garcia is missing inside for ball number 1. So 1 ball, no strike count to Garcia. The open stance. As Bonda looks in, Mayberry sets up on the outside. Pitch to Garcia, swung on, and that one is on top of the press box. I don't know what I said, Bailey, but I'm sorry. Strike 1. I don't know. The question is, if it comes through the open hatch, do we like get free Cokes or something? So a 1 ball, 1 strike count. Bailey Garcia at the plate. Coach McCraw coming over and giving her some advice as the umpire going over to get a few more softballs in the pouch. So a 1 ball, 1 strike count to Bailey Garcia, who will step back in as Bonda looks to the dugout, checks the wristband. And the 1-1 pitch, and that one will be off speed inside, ball number 2. Cordova, Terrazas, Lujan, and Lujan around the infield. Massey, Acosta, Espinosa in the outfield. 2-1 count. Garcia at the plate. Bonda still in the ring in relief. And the 2-1 pitch swung on, and that one fouled straight back and into the chain link as the count evens up at 2-2. Got to be a little bit of deceptive movement on some of Bonda's balls. Lovington has been underneath just about every one of them. So now it's a 2 ball, 2 strike count. Runner at third. And the pitch swung on, and that'll be a hard shot, and it'll bounce through the legs of Lujan. And so Bailey Garcia will plate that one. I'm going to go ahead, as hard hit as that one, and with the tangle with Olguin down there, I'm going to call that an infield single for Garcia, and that will plate the run and make this a 14-2 ball game. And here comes Coach Bonner, and that may do it for Bonda, as it'll be Sabri Sanchez to try and keep the line moving. Lovington is now, they're actually going to put Yaya Garcia up for Sabri, as the potential winning run is now at the plate in the form of Yaya Garcia. Lovington gets up by 15. It's 15 runs. After 3, you get up by 15. It is ball game. I said in the pregame I had a feeling we were going to see Yaya come into pinch hit, and we are. Ariana Yaya Garcia. Bailey Garcia stays on to run over at first. So Yaya, her first trip to the plate. So she will step in here in this bottom of the third inning. Lovington leading by 12. So she's not the potential winning run. The potential winning run stands on deck, but Yaya up at the plate. 14-2 is the lead. And the pitch swung on and hit high in the air to deep left center field, going back, and bye-bye softball. Yaya Garcia, go Gaga, Yaya, and touch them all, Miss Garcia. A 2-run blast to left field for Yaya Garcia, and the Lady Cats are rolling. Yaya comes in. Coach McCraw puts her in and makes this a 16-2 ball game. And that is it. That is 15 up for the Lovington Lady Cats. No, it's just 14 up. That's just 14. I can't do math. I'm terrible at math. And so now Anahi Kidoga will come to the plate. And sorry, I'm behind on the, there is 2 outs. Sorry, I don't know how long I've been sitting there with 1 out. So now Anahi Kidoga comes to the plate. She is the potential winning run as the Lady Cats have batted around once again here in this 3rd inning. Batted around in the 2nd, have batted around in the 3rd. And the first pitch as Kidoga pops that one up, and that one going to spin back and doesn't get out of play. And Mayberry almost getting to it, but not quite able to hang on to it. So Kidoga dodging a bullet, and it'll be a pop-up strike 1. That one had some goofy spin on it. Earlier this inning, Kidoga singled to left and was forced out at 3rd. And the pitch, Kidoga rips that one foul down the 3rd baseline, left field line, and is now down in the count. No balls and 2 strikes. Kidoga 2 for 2 today and would like to make it 3 for 3, and then she would represent the winning run with Honey Morales standing on deck. And if she can keep moving, Zabri Rodriguez in the hole. So Coach McCraw putting Yaya Garcia in, and it pays off as she gets the 2-run blast, and the pitch is up and away. And that'll be ball 1 to Kidoga. 1 ball, 2 strike count. Lovington now comfortably up by 14. Portales trying to get out of this one and see a bottom, or rather a top of the 4th inning. And the 1-2 pitch swung on, and that one will be drilled out to left field. Massey will get to it and toss it in. Good arm out there. But Kidoga now 3 for 3 as she is on again. And so turn it over to Honey Morales. Morales 3 for 3 in the game, 3 singles, and she scored 3 times. So Kidoga at first to run for herself. Morales at the plate. Kidoga represents the winning run out on the base pass in the 15 after 3 rule. Bonda on in relief has just not had it so far, and that one will be away for ball number 1. Has not pitched poorly, but Lovington has managed to pick her up pretty easily. I don't know who we're going to see starting game number 2. We might see Lujan back out there. It wouldn't surprise me. And the 1-2 pitch swung on, and that one will be fouled down the 3rd baseline and under the feet of Coach McCraw. And it evens the count at a ball and a strike. Next up after this doubleheader, Tuesday night, right back here at the friendly confines of Lady Cat Field. The Artesia Lady Bulldogs coming to town looking for a little revenge. That will be an exciting contest. Of course, we'll have it for you all 5 of our final regular season games here at the friendly confines. Playoff game will be here too. And the 1-1 pitch, and that one checking it up, but drops in at the last second. Morales checked it up, but the ump said, yeah, you checked it, but it was still a strike. So it's a 1 ball, 2 strike count. Kidoga at first, Morales at the plate. Bonda trying to finally close this one out. And the pitch swung on, and that one is lifted high in the air, going out to left field. Wind going to knock that one down, and that one gets out of the glove of Massey and will roll to the wall. Kidoga rounds 3rd. She is heading home, and that will be the ball game as Kidoga will score on an E7. Morales will reach on that error, and that will do it as Lovington wins this one by a final of 17-2. So, 17-2 is the final score in this one as the Lovington Lady Cats put the 15-run victory on the board. We'll take a quick timeout, come back, and wrap this one up. Get you ready for Game 2. Lady Cat softball continues in a moment.
Stone Oilfield Services says many traffic fatalities may be caused by an intoxicated driver. So do yourself and your community a favor and remember the 3 C's of safety. Caution, courtesy, and above all, common sense. Safe and sober driving is everyone's responsibility. That message was from Stone Oilfield Services in Lovington, a name you can trust and depend on. For quality and integrity, call 575-396-1840. From the Stone family and staff at Stone Oilfield Services.
Eunice Pump and Supply has been around for over 30 years and is excited to continue their services to the community. They take pride in their employees and their hard work and dedication, and most importantly, take pride in the youth of Lee County. Eunice Pump and Supply is a proud supporter of all Lee County athletics and academics. Eunice Pump and Supply, 1310 Avenue O in Eunice, another proud supporter of Lee County athletics.
The Lady Cats win this one in 15-run rule fashion, 17-2 the final in 3 innings. Final line score in this one for your victorious Lady Cats, who go to 19-3 on the season, 5-0 in district, and cut their magic number down to 2. So it's a 17-run barrage on 18 hits. They commit 1 error, and they leave 4 runners out on the base paths. I hate to say 4 because Honey Morales got the score, that the hit that ultimately plated Kidoga, but I got a counter is still out on the base pass. So 17, 18, 1 and 4, 17 runs, 18 hits, 1 error, 4 runners left on base for Portales. They came out strong, but then Lovington figured out the pitching and they tightened up. 2 runs on 2 hits. They commit 2 errors and they leave 1 runner on base. The winning pitcher is Daphne Utahada, goes all 3 innings and strikes out 5 in the effort, and gave up, of course, the 2 runs. Only one of those was earned because of an error, and the losing pitcher was Annalie Lujan, who was pulled in the 2nd inning. So Lovington defeating Portales 17-2 in game 1 of this doubleheader. We will take a timeout and be back in about 20 minutes for game number 2, Lovington Lady Cat Softball, here on the Lovington Sports YouTube channel and HobbsAmerica.com. And welcome back to Lovington Lady Cat Softball here on the Lovington Sports YouTube channel, HobbsAmerica.com, and on the Z94 KZOR Facebook page. I'm TJ Miracle flying solo tonight. Dawn Morgan is on assignment covering the Hobbs Lady Eagles in a district game in Roswell. Game one of this one, all Lovington Lady Cats. Portales jumped early and got out to a 2-0 lead, but then the Lovington Bats exploded. 3 runs in the first, 6 in the second, and 8 to close it out in the third, winning game one 17-2. Other action tonight involving Lee County teams. The Lovington boys are in action right now in Artesia, and they have got a tight one going on HobbsAmerica.com. Top of the 6th, Lovington and Artesia are tied at 8 apiece in game one of that doubleheader on HobbsAmerica.com. Thanks to Gene Dow and his crew at KSVP AM 990 for providing us the video and the audio for that on HobbsAmerica.com tonight. Hobbs Lady Eagles in a district battle in Roswell tonight on the Hobbs Sports YouTube channel and HobbsAmerica.com. The Eagle 100.5 Facebook page, that's where Dawn Morgan is tonight, and they have got a football score going on. Top of the 7th inning, game one of that doubleheader from Roswell. Hobbs leading that one 18-14. So some tight games in other Lee County action tonight. Tomorrow, the Jowl Lady Panthers will be in action as they return to district play, taking on the Dora Coyotes. Dusty Wyndham and the Jowl Municipal Schools crew will have that for you on the Jowl Sports YouTube channel and HobbsAmerica.com. Doubleheader starting at 10 o'clock tomorrow morning. So getting ready for game 2 of this one as the coaches and the umpires going to come out and meet. Let's go ahead and give you the starting lineups for Portales in this one. The starting lineup pretty much the same as it was last game. They will have a different pitcher, though, as leading off and playing center will be Miley Bonda, batting second, playing left, Skylar Massey, hitting third and catching Addison Mayberry, batting fourth, playing shortstop, Annalie Lujan, batting in the 5 slot, and playing first is Dossie Cordova, batting sixth and pitching will be Amaya Lujan, so this will be the first time we've seen her in the ring. Batting 7th, playing in right field, Ruth Espinosa. Batting 8th is the third baseman, Anetzi Acosta. And batting 9th, playing second, Gloria Terrazas. For the Lovington Lady Cats, here in game number 2, a few changes, as batting first and catching will be Anahi Quiroga. Batting second, playing second, Honey Morales. In the number 3 slot, playing the DP this game will be Zabri Rodriguez. She'll be hitting in place of Sabri Sanchez, who goes into the circle. Angelina Corral bats 4th and plays 3rd. Batting 5th and playing short is Layla Hernandez. Batting 6th, playing center, Zimmery Ellis. Batting in the 7th slot is the first baseman, Jocelyn Olguin. And batting 8th, playing left field, Bailey Garcia. And batting number 9 and playing position 9, that is right field, is Daphne Utahara. Utahara, of course, getting the win in that first game here tonight. Goes the complete 3 innings, strikes out 5 in the win, and only gives up 2 hits and 2 runs, but only one of those runs is earned due to Lovington's first error in the district season. But if they play like that and they can keep the bats clicking and the pitching can do what it needs to do, should be hopefully another Lovington Lady Cat win. With that win, they improved to 19-3 on the year, but more importantly 5-0 in district, and they cut their magic number down to 2 games with 4 to play. So you'd like to go with 3 left to play after this one if they can come out of here with the win. So we will take a timeout, come back for the start of this one as Lady Cat Softball on the way here on the Lovington Sports YouTube channel and HobbsAmerica.com.
Western States Insurance.
Why choose Western States Insurance as your independent insurance agent? Because Western States Insurance is more than an insurance agency. They're a people agency dedicated to the insurance needs of their customers. Western States Insurance is large enough to provide the products you demand and small enough to offer you personal service.
We've got you covered. Western States Insurance.
Call 396-1318 or go by 212 North Love in Lovington.
And welcome back to Lovington Lady Cat Softball from New Walmart Digital and One Radio Square Sports here on the Lovington Sports YouTube channel and HobbsAmerica.com. I'm TJ Miracle. Thanks for being with us on this beautiful evening for some softball. Lovington getting the big victory in Game 1, a 17-2 win. So Sabri Sanchez gets the start here in Game 2. Sabri last pitched on Tuesday evening, and she got the win over the Goddard Rockets, a 14-3 victory for Lovington against a Game Rockets team on Tuesday. So if you're Lovington, you just want to come out and pretty much pick up right where you left off. The bats were clicking, the defense was playing well, and everything going just like you wanted it. So, of course, it'll be Portales due up first. Miley Bonda bats first, followed by Skylar Massey. Then Addison Mayberry, 1, 2, 3 for Coach Bonner's squad. It's Sanchez and Quiroga. They are your battery. Then you got Olguin, Morales, Hernandez, Corral around the infield first to third. Garcia, Ellis, and Utahara in the outfield from left to right. So Miley Bonda will step in. Bonda 2 for 2 in that first game, so she will lead it off and see if she can get something going here early for the Portales Lady Rams. Great to have you with us as Sabri in the ring. First pitch off speed outside, ball 1. So it's a 1-ball, no strike count. We are underway. Game 2 of this district doubleheader. Lovington looking for their 20th victory of the season and looking to go 6-0 in district. And the pitch swung on and missed. Good pitch from Sabri. Runs that one up there, and Bonda not able to catch up to it. Good pitch. Sanchez is ready to go, and that one is swung on, and that one will be looped into center field, and Zimmery Ellis on the run comes up and makes the grab. Bonda gets under it, and it's tailing. Good job by Ellis to stretch out, reach out, and get that one on the run, and then draw it back into her body. So it'll be a fly out to center for out number 1. 1 up, 1 down. Sanchez has really done good work in the ring and has really improved. She is a different type of pitcher from Utahara, and that is a good weapon for Coach Stephen McCraw to have. That'll be called strike 1 to Massey off the outside corner. As Sabri has what she wants. Quiroga sets up inside in the wind, and the pitch fastball inside. Ooh, and it's so inside it hits her ding-dong. And so hit by the pitch, and Massey will trot down to first. So the first hit batter of the ball game. There was one for each team in that first matchup in the first game tonight. So runner at first, 1 down, and now it'll be Addison Mayberry to the plate. Mayberry went 1 for 2, had an RBI double and scored in the first game. So now over at first is Massey, and the first pitch, fastball inside corner. That is an extremely efficient pitch for Sanchez. Sanchez very good at working the corners, coming in and out, varying her speeds well, and she has a lot of spin on the ball. And the 0-1 pitch, that goes to the outside. Snap throw down to first, not in time, and it's strike 2 at the plate. So a no ball, 2 strike count. So she's gone fastball in, fastball away. Let's see if maybe she comes back in with a riser. Sometimes we will see a curveball in this situation. And the pitch, got her with the riser, ring her up and sit her down. The rising fastball sits down. Mayberry swinging. She takes a big hack. It comes up empty, and there is 2 down as Hannah Lee Lujan to the plate. Lujan taking the loss in game 1. So she will step to the plate with 1 on and 2 out. Sanchez ready to go, and she'll throw the fastball outside corner. Yes, ma'am. Strike 1. So a no ball, 1 strike count. Runner at first is Massey, who was hit by the pitch. Ready to go. Sanchez deals off-speed pitch, fastball outside corner. Quiroga tries to frame it up. The ump behind the plate says, don't think so on that one. Nice try, but not going to go for it. So it's a 1-ball, 1 strike count. Sanchez is a quick worker, and the pitch, check swing. Did she go? No, she didn't, but it was a late breaker, almost a cut fastball. A little hard to throw that underhanded, but Sanchez can and does, and it hits the strike zone for a called strike 2. And the 1-2 pitch, got her with the off-speed pitch on the ground as Corral gets to it, fires across the diamond to Olguin, 5-3. For out number 3. 4 up, 3 down for the Lady Rams in the top of the first. No score in this one. Lady Cat Softball continues in a moment on the Lovington Sports YouTube channel and HobbsAmerica.com.
Attention shoppers. Bob's Thriftway welcomes you to Lovington, New Mexico. This week you'll save big on grocery items throughout their store. Save big on produce, household items, bread products, and meats. Every week, Bob's Thriftway has big savings for their customers. Bob's Thriftway is your local hometown grocery store. So for the freshest produce, the best meats, shop Bob's Thriftway, 906 West Avenue D in Lovington.
Devon Energy is proud to support the athletic programs of Lovington High School this season. By partnering with local schools in Lovington, Devon is making an investment in the long-term future of the community. Sports teach discipline, teamwork, and leadership. Skills our youth will use to succeed for a lifetime. From the Devon team to yours, Devon Energy wishes you good luck this season, both on the field and in the classroom. Go Wildcats!
No runs, no hits, no errors, and one runner left on for Portales in the top of the first. We go to the bottom of the first. Quiroga, Morales, and Rodriguez. That is 1, 2, 3 for the Lady Cats. I'm TJ Miracle, Dawn Morgan on assignment tonight. Thanks for being with us here in Lovington. As the sun going to be a problem, especially for the left side of the infield as we click past 7 o'clock tonight. For the Portales Lady Rams, they've got Amaya Lujan in the ring for this game. So this will be the first time we've seen Amaya Lujan throw. Mayberry still the catcher. Cordova, Terrazas, Lujan, Acosta around the infield. From first to third, it is Massey, Banda, and Espinosa in the outfield from left to right. After tonight's game, don't forget, we will be back with you Tuesday right back here at the friendly confines of Lady Cat Field, Lady Wildcat Field officially. The Artesia Lady Bulldogs will be coming to town, a pivotal district matchup. But you can't look forward to that one until you get this one done. So Lovington going to look to pick up right where they left off as Quiroga will step in. And he went 3 for 3 in the ball game and walked also in the first. So she was on all 4 times and scored 3 out of the 4 at an RBI. 3 runs scored. Good game for Quiroga, and she's going to look to pick up right where she left off, as are all of your Lovington Lady Cats. Bottom of the first, no score from here in Lovington as Quiroga settles in. So this will be the first time she has faced Amaya Lujan. Mayberry still in catching, and Quiroga thinking, all right, Lujan taking a little more time than I want her to take. Lujan actually talking to her, I believe that's her sister, who's playing short. So now we're ready as Quiroga will step in. Lujan checks on the wristband again. Mayberry sets up inside, and the first pitch is going to be up high for ball number 1. So all that for ball 1. Good fastball, though. Good movement on it. And pretty good heat. And Quiroga with a little hop, something from the dugout. And the 1-0 pitch, and that one will be in the dirt, ball number 2. So the 2-ball, no strike count. Quiroga leading it off for the Cats. Honey Morales on deck. Zabri Rodriguez, the DP, in the hole. And we've got a timeout as Annalie Lujan going to come and get rid of the sunglasses and the visor and put her face mask on. Amaya in the ring and the pitch, and that one will be up high. Good pop in the glove, but it's a 3-0 count. Good eye for Quiroga. So the 3-ball, no strike count. Lovington going to look to get the line moving and keep it moving. And the 3-0 pitch right down the pipe. Good pitch through the strike when she needed to. Take sign was on for Quiroga, and it's a 3-ball and 1 strike count. So a 3-ball, 1 strike count. And the pitch, and that one is called strike 2. As he thought, that's a ball. The umpire did not agree, took off before he told her she was free to go. And umps will often, when you do that, go ahead and make the opposite call. So good idea, generally, to wait until they tell you to take your base. We've seen that a lot. So it's a full count and the pitch, and that one will be up and in, ball 4. So Quiroga works the 6-pitch walk. And the Lady Cats are in business here in the first. And now it'll be Honey Morales coming up to the plate. Morales in that first game went 3 for 3, 3 for 4, actually reached on an error that wound up scoring the winning run. Amaya Lujan in the ring loses Quiroga, who will run for herself. And the first pitch to Morales, fastball, and that one is going to be away for ball number 1. Again, good speed and pretty good movement for Amaya Lujan in the ring, but having a little trouble finding the zone. So Morales settles back in. Mayberry on the outside corner, and the 0-1 pitch swung on. That'll be a ground shot, backhanded, and it is going to get through into left field. That one a tough one, as Lujan was having to come over towards third and go across her body, so I'm going to call that a single to left, and the Lady Cats in business, 2 on, and nobody out, with Zabri Rodriguez coming to the plate. Amaya Lujan, by the way, just an 8th grader in the ring. And now Zabri Rodriguez will step in, 2 on, and nobody out. And the first pitch to Zabri is going to be high. Snap throw down to first, and back in safely is Morales. You cannot get caught sleeping. Mayberry with a good arm, and I believe she's just a freshman. A very young Portales team, but very scrappy. And is pretty much the consensus in the district, is these girls are going to cause a lot of problems for a lot of teams down the road. Next pitch is going to be ball 2. So with 2 ball, no strike count. Morales at first, Quiroga at second. Is the 8th grader Lujan in the ring, kicks and fires, and that one is going to be at the knees, inside corner, called strike 1 to Zabri. So with 2 ball, 1 strike count, outfield playing deep. Espinosa shading slightly towards the line and right. In the 2-1 pitch, swung on, and that'll be a hard shot, but just foul. Hugs the third baseline until it gets nearly to the bag and then goes into foul territory and all the way out to the fence. And the count evens up at 2 balls and 2 strikes. Zabri just a little bit early on that one, but hit it and hit it hard. So a 2 ball, 2 strike count, nobody out. We are in the bottom of the first inning. No score, but Lovington threatening. Zabri Rodriguez at the plate. And the 2-2 pitch up high, ball 3. So second full count worked by the first 3 Lovington batters. Zabri in that first game went 2 for 2, a couple runs scored. So now a full count. Something comes into Zabri's wheelhouse. Look for it, and it does, and that'll be a hard shot. Going to find its way through out into left field as Coach McCraw going to wave Quiroga around. The relay throw not going to be in time, and it gets past Massey, and that will move everybody up. It'll be an RBI single to left for Zabri Rodriguez. And then on the play at the plate, Honey Morales goes all the way to third, Rodriguez to second, and Lovington takes the early 1-0 lead. And so now it'll be Angelina Corral stepping to the plate. Angelina 2 for 3 in game number 1. Had a 2 RBI single in the first, popped out in the second, then singled and scored in the third. Now Angelina going to step in, runners at second and third. And the first pitch, she'll take that one and pop it up. That could be trouble, and it'll fall into no woman's land. Throw at the plate and out at home, as Morales was on the move. Not sure that was the right call, so Honey will be out 1-2, trying to come home. Probably should have just held up there. Zabri will stay stapled over at second. And Corral is on with the infield single. That you hate to give up those outs. That is the 9th out that Lovington has given up in district with a kind of a base running boo-boo. So now Layla Hernandez to the plate to face Lujan. Layla 1 for 2, pardon me. She'll hit that one in the air out to left field. Coming in on the run is Massey, and she'll put the glove up and make the grab. So they fly out to left, and there are 2 down now for the Lady Cats, as Zimmery Ellis to the plate. So Ellis steps in, 2 out, 2 on. Ellis went 2 for 3. RBI single, RBI double. Couple of runs scored. So she will come to the plate. 2 on, 2 out, 1 run across for the Lady Cats. But runners now at first and second. Lujan trying to pitch her way out of a bit of a jam, and the first pitch will be away to Ellis, ball one. So a 1 ball, no strike count. Bottom of the first inning, Lovington in the lead. First time they've seen Amaya Lujan. Just an 8th grader, and is out there dealing pretty well. Trying to find a little control, and the pitch swung on, and that's a hard shot. Going to find its way through into left field. Massey gets it as the runner will come around, and Lovington has another run scored as that'll plate Zabri Rodriguez from second. So an RBI single to left for Zimmery Ellis, and Lovington still in business and now up 2-0. Still runners at first and second. Ellis at first now, Corral at second as Jocelyn Olguin steps to the dish. Olguin in game number 1 went 2 for 3. 3 RBIs, run scored. Good game for Jocelyn, and she'll take the first pitch away. Snap throw down, and getting back safely is Ellis, who was kind of wandering around over there and almost got burned down. It's ball 1 at the plate. Of course, if Cordoba didn't look like she was quite ready for it, maybe. And this swung on, and that one will be foul out into left field. Jocelyn got around on that one in a hurry, evens the count at a ball and a strike. So a 1 ball, 1 strike count, 2 runs across for the Lady Cats here in the bottom of the first inning, leading 2-0. Going to try and keep the line moving now with 2 down. Bailey Garcia waits on deck. Lovington wants to put paid to this one as quick as they can. Fastball inside corner, nice pitch. And that'll be strike number 2. Olguin does stand fairly close to the plate. Jocelyn really wants him outer third. And the pitch, high rising fastball, popped up and gets out of play and into the stands. And so the count will stay at 1 ball and 2 strikes. Olguin fights off a pretty good pitch there to stay alive. And so 1-2, the count remains. Outfield deep, infield normal position. Sun's starting to go down a little bit. The shadows lengthening here at Lady Wildcat Field. So the 1 ball, 2 strike count, and the pitch swung on, and that one is going to be popped up over on the left side. Could be trouble as misplayed by Lujan, and Bonda gets to it and will get it back in. But I think the sun playing a little bit of havoc there, as that will score Corral, that will score Ellis. And Olguin, that is a single, an RBI single, and the second run scored on the misplay of the ball. But you'll take it any way you can get it. You still got a runner on. And 4 runs across for the Lady Cats. And now it'll be Bailey Garcia to the plate. So Bailey with 2 outs steps up. Bailey in the first game, 1 for 3. And she will take the first pitch on the outside corner, called strike 1. So a 0 ball, 1 strike count. Jocelyn Olguin stands at first. As the catcher Mayberry sets up towards the inside as Lujan checks her wristband and she comes to the plate, popped up over on the left side, and a little miscommunication, and Lujan and Acosta collide, but Lujan comes up with the ball, so it'll be a pop out to the pitcher to end the inning, but 4 runs come across for the Lady Cats. We've played an inning. It's Lovington 4, Portales nothing. Lady Cat softball continues in just a moment here on the Lovington Sports YouTube channel and HobbsAmerica.com.
Introducing a smarter, easier way to manage your Lee County Electric account. It is called Smart Hub. Now you can pay your bill anywhere, anytime, with 24-hour access to your account. It is free and simple to use. Just search for the Smart Hub app on your cell phone or device and download the free app, or go to our website at lcecnet.com and look for the Smart Hub logo to view your account or pay your bill online. Managing your Lee County Electric account conveniently and securely with Smart Hub. Lee County Electric, owned by those we serve.
It's no secret, at some point you'll have a question or need to replace or fix something on your vehicle. Whether your vehicle is new or ancient, Lovington Auto Supply is your trusted advisor when you need dependable auto parts. Not only do they have the parts you need, they have real answers to your real automotive questions, and that help keeps your vehicle running longer and stronger. Quality parts, helpful people. Lovington Auto Supply, 217 West Avenue D in Lovington. Napa, get up and go.
4 runs on 5 hits for the Lady Cats, 1 error by Portales, and 1 runner left on. We head to the top of the second, Lovington leading 4-0. It'll be 5, 6, and 7. That is Cordova, Lujan, and Espinosa due up for the Lady Rams as Sabri Sanchez still in the ring, deals outside for ball 1. Dossie Cordova is the batter. First game, Cordova walked in that contest, and she will wave at a fastball. Sabri going to blow that by her, and the count evens up at a ball and a strike. So a 1 ball, 1 strike count. Game 6 of the district slate. 3 more remaining. Singleton Tuesday, then a doubleheader next Friday. In the pitch, good pitch, little breaking ball hits the outside corner, and it'll be a 1 ball, 2 strike count. Outfield deep and straight away, infield pretty much their normal positions for Cordova, leading it off. And the 1-2 pitch swung on and missed. Ring her up and sit her down. She might have tipped it, but it went right into the glove of Quiroga. And so that'll be the second K of the ball game for Sanchez, and there is 1 down for Portales. So now it'll be a Maya Lujan, the 8th grader. So she will step in, look to help her own cause out. Lujan 0 for 1 in game number 1. So this will be her first time facing off against Sanchez. Sabri deals, swung on, and hit with authority, but a little bit late, and that one goes over to the tennis courts for a long and rather loud strike 1. So got good, made good contact, but shot it out foul on the right side. A 1 pitch from Sanchez, got her with an inside pitch as Lujan got tied up on that one, and now it's a no ball, 2 strike count. Oftentimes, Sabri will go out and in, then in and out. We'll see what she decides to do here. She's definitely got Lujan thinking inside. Might be time for that rising fastball. And the 0-2 pitch, fastball missing outside. Yep, missing outside for ball 1. As Lujan started heading back towards the dugout, and the ump put up the ball sign. Was a bit on the outside. So the 1 ball, 2 strike count. Sabri ready to go in. The pitch swung on and missed. Runs the fastball by her. Ring her up and sit her down. 3rd K of the ball game, and there are 2 down here in this top of the 2nd inning. So now it'll be Ruth Espinosa to the plate. Espinosa 0 for 1 in game number 1. As the Lady Cats with a 4-0 lead and trying to keep it right there. Showing bunt, pulling it back, doesn't matter. It's still strike 1. Sometimes you'll do that just to kind of see the ball a little bit better and to try and get your timing down a little bit. You don't actually really mean to bunt. Well, I think she may. She shows it again, now pulls it back, and she will hit a dribbler. It's a swinging bunt down the first baseline, tossed over, and not going to be in time to get the speedy Espinosa. It'll be an infield single on a swinging bunt. And she couldn't have bunted it any better than that. So she reaches first on the swinging bunt, and now it'll be Anetzi Acosta to the plate. Acosta 0 for 1 in the ball game. But Portales going to try and claw back into this one and start a 2-out rally. Quiroga down, and she shows bunt, pulls it back, runner goes, throw down, and in time, yes it is, bang! Got her, Quiroga to Hernandez, slapped the tag down on Espinosa, 2-6 for out number 3. So it's another unconventional 1-2-3 inning. We've played an inning and a half. Lovington 4, Portales nothing. Lady Cat softball continues on the Lovington Sports YouTube channel and HobbsAmerica.com.
Stone Oilfield Services says many traffic fatalities may be caused by an intoxicated driver. So do yourself and your community a favor and remember the 3 C's of safety: caution, courtesy, and above all, common sense. Safe and sober driving is everyone's responsibility. That message was from Stone Oilfield Services in Lovington, a name you can trust and depend on. For quality and integrity, call 575-396-1840. From the Stone family and staff at Stone Oilfield Services.
Eunice Pump and Supply has been around for over 30 years and is excited to continue their services to the community. They take pride in their employees and their hard work and dedication, and most importantly, take pride in the youth of Lee County. Eunice Pump and Supply is a proud supporter of all Lee County athletics and academics. Eunice Pump and Supply, 1310 Avenue O in Eunice, another proud supporter of Lee County athletics.
No runs on one hit, no errors, and nobody left on base as Quiroga guns down Espinosa, trying for a steal to end the inning. We head to the bottom of the second. Lovington up 4-0. It'll be 9-1-2 due up for the Lady Cats. That's Utahara, Quiroga, and Morales. Utahara not getting an at-bat in game number one. She was the pitcher. Coach McCraw often does that. He will flex whoever his pitcher is, put a DP in for him. So Utahara going to hit for herself, playing right field in this one after dealing the 3-inning win in game number one. So going to look to start things off for the Lady Cats here in the second inning of game number two. So it'll be Lujan still in the ring. That's Amaya Lujan. Mayberry is her catcher. Mayberry talking to Lujan just a minute out in the ring. But ready to go as I think the sun completely down below the horizon now. If it gets way high in the air down the line and left, could still present some problems, but the light's on here at Lady Wildcat Field as Utahara will step in to face Lujan, and the first pitch, Daff will take that one hard on the ground, off the bounce. Lujan gets it, but then fires it over to first in time. A little bit high looked like, but not high enough. Cordova handles it. So it is 6-3 for out number one. One pitch, one out. That's pretty efficient. Utahara hit that one right on the screws, but right at Lujan, who played a little bounce very well, and then made the throw across the diamond. So Anai Quiroga to the plate. Quiroga walked and scored back in the first. She is officially 0 for 0. And the first pitch to Quiroga, and a good pitch right down the slot, and that'll be called strike one. So the no ball, one strike count. One down here in the second. It was the second inning where Lovington really broke things open in the first game. First pitch to Quiroga as he gets around on that inside fastball quickly and shoots it foul for strike two. Ricochets around, winds up out in left center field. Lujan will toss it into Lujan. And she's got Quiroga down in the count. No balls, two strikes. So an 0-2 count. Lovington with the 4-0 lead. And the pitch, that was a riser out of the zone. Ball one. So 1 ball, 2 strike count. As Quiroga settles back in. Lujan is a very deliberate pitcher, maybe the most deliberate one we've seen so far this season. And the pitch, Quiroga gets underneath that one, pops it up, could be trouble, and on the run, Lujan will get it right on the line out in shallow left. So Quiroga gets under it and pops it out. So 2 up, 2 down for the Lady Cats, and now Honey Morales to the plate. Morales singled back in the first. He is 1 for 1. And then got forced out at home. Well, Honey going to try and start a 2-out rally for the Lady Cats. This will be the second time she's seen Lujan, and Lujan will deal a fastball. Mayberry slaps that one back in and frames it up, and the umpire says, yeah, okay, I'll take it, strike one. Oh, no ball, 1 strike count to Morales. Sonny back in, right at the front of the box, open stance. Mayberry sets up on the inside. Lujan deals, swung on, and that one is hit high in the air to deep left center field, and that one will go off of the wall. Morales rounds first, heads to second as Bonda will come up with it, but it'll be a 2-out single for Honey Morales to not quite straightaway center, just slightly left center, but it's a 2-out double, and let's see if Lovington can start their 2-out rally now with Zabri Rodriguez. Zabri, an RBI single, her last time up. She is 1 for 1. Just kind of have the feeling Lovington's getting the timing down on Lujan here. Zabry right at the front of the box, open stance. And the first pitch to Zabry is going to float inside, and that'll be ball number 1. So the 1-ball, no strike count. To Rodriguez, 2 outs. Utahada, a hard ground out to Lujan. Quiroga with a pop-up to Lujan that she caught behind third. And now the 1-0 pitch swung on, and that one is lifted high in the air to deep center field. No doubter. Bye-bye softball. Zabry Rodriguez gets the home run chain back. Touch 'em all, Z. And the Lady Cats have put 2 more across the board on the 2-run blast by Zabry Rodriguez, a no-doubter to center. So the 2-run homer makes this a 6-0 ball game as Zabry Rodriguez does what she has done with increasing frequency here the last month or so, parks it. So now she gets her home run chain back. And that'll be Angelina Corral to the plate. Corral with an infield single her last time up. Will step in with nobody on and 2 outs. As the Lady Cats stretch it up to a 6-0 lead. Udahara, as we mentioned, with the ground out to lead off. It was a hard ground out. Then Quiroga getting under one, popping it up on the left side. Then a ringing double. Then the 2-run homer for Zabry Rodriguez. And the first pitch, and that one will be at the top of the zone. Ball 1 to Corral. No, 1-ball, no strike count. Angelina Corral at the plate. Bases empty now. After Morales is plated by the 2-run blast by Rodriguez. And the pitch, off speed, outside corner. Nice pitch for Lujan. And the count evens up at a ball and a strike. So the 1-ball, 1 strike count. If Corral could find her way on, Layla Hernandez waits on deck. So the big open stance at the plate for Angelina, and the pitch gets away from Mayberry. Nobody on, no harm, no foul. It's just ball number 2. So with 2-ball, 1 strike count. Lovington up 6-0. Going to try and keep the line moving. Maybe see if they can stretch this out a little bit. They scored 4 in the first, and so far 2 here in the second. And the pitch to Corral, swung on, and that's a line shot. Going to find its way through, out into right center field, go all the way to the Martin Boot Company sign out by the scoreboard. And Angelina trots into second with the 2-out double to right. And Richard, I will be sending you a bill, by the way. I'm kidding. Richard Martin, Martin Boot Company. Great friend of the station. Known Richard 20 years now since I moved here. So now it'll be Layla Hernandez to the plate. Layla flied out to left 1 inning ago, but going to try and keep the 2-out rally moving. So Hernandez steps in. And the first pitch to Layla, that one is hit sharply on the ground, but foul over to the left, and it'll be strike 1. So I think Lovington has just about got the timing down here on Amaya Lujan. Don't get me wrong, she's just an 8th grader, and she has pitched incredibly well. If she continues to develop, by the time she's pitching as an 8th grader, by the time she's a sophomore, she could be something to be dealt with. And that one's popped up as getting over it, a sky ball right to the pitcher, Lujan. So Hernandez will pop it up back to the pitcher for out number 3. But the Lady Cats put 2 on the board with 2 outs. You'll take that as we head to the 3rd. It's Lovington 6, Portales nothing. Lady Wildcat softball continues in just a moment here on the Lovington Sports YouTube channel and HobbsAmerica.com.
When it comes to your hard-earned money, selecting the right bank is vital. Hi, I'm David Campbell, president of First American Bank in Lovington. First American Bank in Lovington is part of this community, so bank with trusted partners you know, and trusted partners that are part of this area we call home. First American Bank offers all the advantages big corporate banks do, and we do our banking with hometown support and commitment. Choose First American Bank, 19 West Washington in Lovington. We want to earn your trust, then earn your business.
Lovington Schools proudly supports their athletic teams and wants to encourage all teachers, students, and staff to keep pressing on. Wildcats, you are winners on and off of the court. Lovington Municipal Schools are proud of holding the utmost and highest standards. Go out there and be proud to be part of the Big Blue. For more information on what is happening now at Lovington Schools, log on to lovingtonschools.net and bet you won't be disappointed. Go Big Blue. 3 claps and a woo!
2 runs on 2 hits, make that 2 runs on 3 hits. No errors and 1 runner left on base. We've played 2, and the Lovington Lady Cats leading this one 6-0. I'm TJ Miracle. Dawn Morgan on assignment tonight. Tiff Stuber keeping an eye and ear on things back at One Radio Square. And Netzi Acosta will lead it off for Portales. Acosta 0 for 1 in that 3-inning first game, and she'll take the first pitch from Sabri Sanchez. Sabri gets her with an outside fastball. Swung on and missed. So now an 0-1 count. Sanchez a quick worker, and she'll deal. Swung on, and that one heads up into the screen over on the right side, just to the near side of the Lovington dugout. So strike 2. Though it's a no-ball 2 strike count just underway here in the top of the third. 8-9-1. Acosta, Terrazas, and Banda. As Sanchez will deal the off-speed pitch, ring her up and sit her down. Acosta out in front of that one. And that'll be the 4th K of the ball game for Sabri Sanchez. And now it'll bring the number 9 hitter, Gloria Terrazas, to the plate. Terrazas 0 for 1 in that first game. Now her first at bat in game number 2. Comes here in the 3rd inning. Sanchez right now just 1 over the minimum, and she'll bunt and lay it down. A good one down the third baseline, handled by Corral, and then over to Olguin in time. 5-3 for out number 2. That was close, and Terrazas with good speed almost beat it out. Corral got it in the glove and then took the extra half step to get it out cleanly and then make a strong throw. So 2 down and turn it back over to the top of the lineup with Miley Banda, who's done the most damage tonight. Game 1 here in game 1, and game 2, 0 for 1 flew out to Ellis, who had to come get a dying quail and did. So Banda, the only lefty for either squad, as Sanchez will deal fastball top of the zone, just high for ball 1. Looked pretty good from up here, but up right on top of it, and he has been extremely consistent. No complaints here. And the 1-0 pitch swung on, and that one is popped up and heading out of play to the left. Count evens up at a ball and a strike. So the 1 ball, 1 strike count, 2 down for Portales. We are in the top of the 3rd inning. Lovington in control, 6-0. And Portales is going to keep fighting. You can bet on that. The 1-2 pitch in there, ring up, strike 2. So a 1 ball, 2 strike count. I've got to remember to keep an eye on my own scorebook there. So a 1 ball, 2 strike count. And Sanchez deals, swung on, and that one will be lifted high in the air, but foul out of play, left side. So Banda catches that one to stay alive. And it's a 1 ball, 2 strike count. Umpire going to go over and ask for a new softball. He'll get one out to Sabri and put one in his pouch. So Banda at the plate. 2 down for Portales here in the 3rd. 1-2 the count as we've got new softballs in the game. And the 1-2 pitch swung on, and that one is heading out of play. Banda a little bit late on that one, shooting it out. So the count stays at 1-2. Banda hanging tough at the plate. Outfield is deep as Coach McCraw calling out what he wants on the pitch. Inside for Kidoga, and the swung on, and that'll be a little blooper. Out into center field. Ellis can't get to that one like she did the first one, so Banda keeps her hit parade moving and has the 2-out single. And now that will bring Skylar Massey to the plate. Massey was hit by a pitch back in the first. So Massey will step in with a runner at first, and the first pitch is outside. Maybe a little bit of a pitch out there, but I don't know. The way Sanchez reacted, I wouldn't think so. So it's ball one. Maybe just hung up in the hand a little bit. So Bonda with the 2-out single stands at first. And it's a 1-0 count to Massey at the plate. And the pitch from Sanchez. That one going to sail away. Ball two. With 2-ball, no strike count. Sanchez going to get a little dirt on the fingers. Something not coming out quite right with this one. In the 2-0 pitch, and that one will fly away for ball three. Working Massey away. Now, let's see if Massey's got the green light. I would doubt she would on 3-0 down by 6. I'm betting I'm betting the take sign is on here. But Sanchez still has to execute. And the 3-0 pitch swung on and missed. She did have the green light to go on 3-0. And might have swung at ball number 4, but the at-bat will extend for at least one more pitch. Skidoga set up right over the middle. And the 3-1 swung on, and that'll be a slow roller. Backhanded, and Morales gets a glove on it, but can't handle it. Ellis playing backup. We'll get to it, and that'll be an E4, which will keep the inning alive for the Lady Rams. So I think Morales was looking up, seeing where she could go with the ball, and instead took her eye off of the ball a little bit and just misplayed it. Hit the glove, but was looking for the play instead of waiting for the ball. So now that'll bring Addison Mayberry to the plate. First Lovington error of this game. They had one in game 1. So Mayberry will step in 0 for 1. She struck out back in the first. And the first pitch to Mayberry. That one is heading into the netting that protects the tennis courts. Just to our right for strike number 1. So Sanchez still in the ring. Struck out the leadoff hitter, then got a good play from Corral to get Terrazas. Then Bonda with the 2-out single, and then Massey reaching via the error. So Portales going to try and do some 2-out damage here with their number 3 hitter Mayberry at the plate. A 1 count to Mayberry, and the pitch swung on, and that one is lifted high in the air out to left field. Garcia comes in on it and makes the grab as Bailey will make the grab to end the Portales threat in the 3rd inning. So after 2.5, it is Lovington 6, Portales nothing. Lovington Lady Cat Softball continues in a moment from Lovington Sports YouTube and HobbsAmerica.com.
Western States Insurance.
Why choose Western States Insurance as your independent insurance agent? Because Western States Insurance is more than an insurance agency. They're a people agency dedicated to the insurance needs of their customers. Western States Insurance is large enough to provide the products you demand and small enough to offer you personal service.
We've got you covered. Western States Insurance.
Call 396-1318 or go by 212 North Love in Lovington. Attention shoppers. Bob's Thriftway welcomes you to Lovington, New Mexico. This week you'll save big on grocery items throughout their store. Save big on produce, household items, bread products, and meats. Every week, Bob's Thriftway has big savings for their customers. Bob's Thriftway is your local hometown grocery store. So for the freshest produce, the best meats, shop Bob's Thriftway, 906 West Avenue D in Lovington.
No runs, 1 hit, 1 error committed by Lovington, and 2 runners left on for Portales. We've played 2.5. Lovington in control of this one, 6-0. I'm TJ Miracle. Great to have you with us on this beautiful Friday evening for softball from here in the Lee County capital, county seat here in Lovington. Big thanks while we've got a few moments. As Lujan continues warming up, they had to wait for Mayberry to get her gear back on. Like I say, big thanks to Stone Oilfield Services, W.H. Stone and his entire crew. If you need anything out in the patch, Stone Oilfield Service can do it. Proud to have them, longtime supporters of the Lovington Wildcats and Lady Cats. And Eunice Pump and Supply, they do have an office here in Lovington for all your oilfield pump and supply needs. Good folks at Eunice Pump and Supply. Appreciate them stepping up to the plate for Lovington Lady Cat and Wildcat Sports. Of course, we appreciate all of our great sponsors. You hear their ad, you see them there at the bottom of your screen. Be sure you thank them when you see them, and you thank them with their business. So it'll be Ellis, Olguin, and Garcia, 6, 7, and 8 due up for the Lady Cats. leading this one 6-0 in the third. And going to try and blow this one wide open. And the first pitch to Ellis gets around on it a little bit quick and rolls it foul to the Portales dugout for strike number one. Lovington has seemingly gotten the timing down pretty well on Lujan, but with a couple of exceptions, have not just absolutely hit her real hard. Oh, Ellis had a single her last time up. She's 1 for 1, and that one will be low. And the count evens up at a ball and a strike. So the 1-1 strike count to the Lady Cats center fielder. Outfield straight up and deep. Infield pretty much their normal positions like you would expect. Corners in, middle infielders back. 1-1 pitch to Ellis, and that one will come inside as Emery kind of having to get the toes out of the way to keep that one from nipping him. And it's ball 2. So a 2-1 strike count. Ellis leading off. Ellis, Olguin, Garcia. 6, 7, 8 due up for your Lady Cats, and that one is up and away. Ball number 3. So now a 3-1 strike count. You got to think Ellis might get something to handle here. Lujan has only given up the 1 walk, and it was to Quiroga leading it off in the ball game. Only walk that she has allowed thus far. Ellis with pretty good speed. Any way she can get on becomes a threat. And the 3-1 pitch swung on, and that's a hard shot. Knocked down at third by Acosta. She'll come across the diamond, but not in time to get the speedy Ellis. That was a great job by Acosta over at third, though, just to knock that down and then to have the presence of mind to pick it up and make a strong throw over. Still almost in time to get Ellis. But Ellis with the infield single. And let's see if that can spark your Lady Cats here in this bottom of the third inning. That'll be Jocelyn Olguin to the plate. RBI single her last time up. And then was left stranded over at first. So Jocelyn will step back in. She's had a great couple of games. She'll show bunt, pull it back, gets away from Mayberry, comes up, fires it down, and that one's going to be cut off by Acosta. It was sailing a little bit, or pardon me, by Lujan. So it'll be a stolen base for Zimmery Ellis on the little bobble. And it was ball 1. And I think we've got, looks like we've got a shoe problem. So while we are fixing the equipment out there, I'd like to say a big thank you to our friends at the First American Bank of Lovington. David Campbell and his crew at the First American Bank. They offer all of the services that the big corporate banks do, but without all the big corporate, well, you can fill in the blank right there. David and his team would love to see and find out all about your financial needs and how First American Bank of Lovington can help you. We'd also like to thank our friends at Western States Insurance, Connie Severe. Connie, of course, a longtime friend of the station. And, of course, the late, great Gary Severe. But Connie Severe, Western States Insurance, Connie and her whole crew, whether you are looking for personal or business insurance, auto, life, health, commercial lines. She can even do flood insurance. I know because I've asked her about it. Because I have to have flood insurance at my house, which makes no sense, but neither here nor there. Connie and the crew at Western States Insurance can take care of you. And also a big thanks, of course, to the Lovington Municipal Schools, Miss Q and Robert Areola, Mr. Williams, and the whole crew supporting these kids and helping us bring you these broadcasts. So, all right, the shoe is back on and Olguin back in, and the 1-0 pitch is up and away for ball number 2. So it'll be a 2-ball, no strike count. 6-0 the lead. Zimmery Ellis stands at second. And an infield single, then stole second. Now Olguin at the plate. Facing Amaya Lujan, who gets the sign from Mayberry and will deal. Swung on, and that one is high in the air to deep center field. Going back, and say bye-bye softball. Jocelyn Olguin parks that one. Touch 'em all, Miss Olguin. And it's a 2-run blast for the Lovington Lady Cats. Olguin to center field makes this an 8-0 ball game. Second home run of the game for Lovington, third of the series. And the 2-run blast for Jocelyn Olguin. I guess she gets the home run chain now. And so Bailey Garcia will step to the plate. Now the bases are cleared and nobody out. So Lovington going to look to keep the foot on the pedal. So Bailey popped out. And, we've actually got a pitching change. So a new pitcher coming into the game for Lujan. We'll find out for sure who that's going to be. I believe that's her sister again. So Lujan and Lujan are just going to trade places. So Lujan and Lujan. Now Amaya Lujan is done after 2+ innings, giving up, let's see, that would be 8 runs, and are all of them earned? 7 of them are earned. So 2+, and new pitcher in the ball game. We'll be back after this quick timeout. This is Lovington Lady Cat Softball from New Allmark Digital and One Radio Square Sports.
Devon Energy is proud to support the athletic programs of Lovington High School this season. By partnering with local schools in Lovington, Devon is making an investment in the long-term future of the community. Sports teach discipline, teamwork, and leadership. Skills our youth will use to succeed for a lifetime. From the Devon team to yours, Devon Energy wishes you good luck this season, both on the field and in the classroom. Go Wildcats!
Welcome back to Lovington Lady Cat Softball. New pitcher in the ballgame, Annalie Lujan, will take over for Amaya Lujan. And Annalie, just a freshman, took the loss in game number 1, now coming on in relief here in game number 2. So Bailey Garcia will step in. She'll be the first one that Lujan will face. This is Annalie Lujan, and she's just a freshman, by the way. And the first pitch to Bailey, and that one will be on the inside corner, called strike 1. So Annalie Lujan in the ring, a much different delivery than Amaya Lujan. She has a little bit of a hitch in her windmill. That can throw the timing off. The second pitch to Garcia. Bailey hits that one on the ground. It's a slow roller. It's scooped up by Terrazas, and she'll get it over to first. But nope, she bobbled it, and it gets out into right. And so an error, the E4, will let Bailey Garcia stand at first, and now Daphne Utahara to the plate. So still nobody out. Second error of the ball game on Portales. As Daff will step in, she hit one on the screws, but right at Lujan when she was playing short. Back in the second inning, so Lujan Utahara 0 for 1. Garcia at first. And the first pitch to Daff is going to be inside, ball 1. So 1 ball, no strike count. Garcia stands over at first. Cordova in a little bit at first. Acosta even with the bag at third. Middle infielders are way deep. And Terrazas over towards first a little bit. Huge hole right up the middle. And the 1-0 pitch. And took something off of that one, and it floats out of the zone. Utahara thinks about it, but holds off on the swing, checks it up, and it's ball 2. So a 2-ball, no strike count. Lovington leading 8-0 and trying to tack onto it here in the third. Number 9 hitter Utahara at the plate, and the pitch. Daphne swings at a big fastball and comes up empty. And it is strike 1. So a 2-ball, 1 strike count. Still a hitter's count, if you will. Utahara preparing. As Lujan checks on the wristband. And the 2-1 pitch swung on and missed as Daphne chases one that was rising out of the zone and on the outside portion of the plate. So the count evens up at 2 balls and 2 strikes. Kidoga waits on deck, and then Honey Morales in the hole. Nobody out, 2 runs across for the Lady Cats here in the third. As Annalie Lujan on to try to put out the fire, and the pitch swung on, and that one is hit high in the air to deep center field. Going back is back is Bonda, and makes the grab right at the wall. So Daphne hits it on the screws again, but comes up empty. Fly out to deep center, and there is 1 down. And now we'll turn it over to Anaí Kidoga. Kidoga walked in the first, then popped out in the second. She's 0 for 1 officially, but does have a run scored. Garcia still stands at first. Kidoga settles in as Lujan preparing to deal to Q, and the first pitch is going to be at the top of the zone and out of the top of the zone, ball 1. So 1 ball, no strike count. Kidoga, of course, the catcher for the Lady Cats. leadoff hitter. You don't often see that, where your catcher and your leadoff hitter are one and the same. 1-0 pitch, and that one is a good fastball right at the top of the letters. It evens the count at 1 ball and 1 strike. 1 down, 2 runs across, a runner on for Lovington, leading this one 8-0. Here in the bottom of the 3rd inning as we click towards 8 p.m. in the Mountain Time Zone. 1-1 pitch to Kidoga. Took something off of that one, and it drops through the zone. Beautiful pitch. And it'll be strike 2. Need a little light on the subject here. So a 1 ball, 2 strike count. Kidoga at the plate, and the pitch swung on, and that one is popped up, and that one is coming foul and out of play. And so it's still a 1 ball, 2 strike count to Kidoga. It's amazing what a little light can do. Garcia at first. Reached via the error. Now Lovington going to try and keep moving her around. They're up 8-0. They've already put 2 runs across this inning. Just 1 out, top of the order. Kidoga, that one will float high. And the count evens up at 2 balls and 2 strikes. Good eye for the Lovington leadoff hitter. Good crowd on hand tonight for a little Friday night softball action. Is Lujan going to check on things? Mayberry sets up well inside, and the 2-2 pitch swung on. That one is lifted high in the air to shallow left field. That one is going to fall in as Massey on the run will come over and grab it and get it back in, but it is the 1-out single to left. Little Texas leaguer dumped out there by Kidoga. Pardon me. And now runners at first and second is Honey Morales to the plate. Morales 2 for 2, singled in the first, doubled in the second. So now Garcia at second, Kidoga at first. Kidoga also stays on to run for herself, which is a little bit different. Don't often see that in high school softball ranks when they can have a courtesy runner. And that one will come inside and in the dirt. Nice job by Mayberry to block out ball number 1. So 1 out, 2 on. Zabri Rodriguez waits on deck. So now a 1 ball, no strike count to Morales at the plate. She's had a good doubleheader thus far. And the pitch swung on and missed as Morales, wanting to join the long hit parade, takes a big cut at it. I think if she steps into it instead of away from it, she probably catches that one solid. Easy for me to say sitting up here in the booth. 1-1 pitch, and that one going to sail, and everybody will move around on the wild pitch. Bailey heads to third on the wild pitch. That will move Kidoga over to second. And it's ball 2 at the plate. So now a 2 ball, 1 strike count to Honey Morales at the plate. Runners in scoring position. 2 runs already across this inning for Lovington. They'd like to keep the line moving. Just 1 down. And the 2-1 pitch, that one will be away as Mayberry tries to frame it up, and the ump officially and almost immediately throws up ball 3. So a 3 ball, 1 strike count. So Morales going to be looking for something she can handle here. Bottom of the 3rd, Lovington in control, trying to blow it open, and the pitch, that one will be low for ball 4. And so Morales will work the walk. Second walk issued by Portales pitching. First one by Annalie Lujan. So now Zabri Rodriguez to the plate with the bases loaded full of her teammates. 2 for 2, an RBI single, and scored in the first. Then the 2-run blast to center field. Back in the second. So now 1 out, bases are juiced. As Lujan ready to deal. Kicks, fires, high, ball 1. Something tells me they may not give Zabri anything to handle. Not an intentional walk per se, but not anything that she can just grab a hold of and rip out of here. And the 1-0 pitch, and that one will be up and away, ball 2. So a 2 ball, 1 strike count. Morales at first, Kidoga at second, Garcia at third. Zabri Rodriguez at the plate, just 1 out. here in this bottom of the third inning. Lovington trying to blow this one wide open. And the 2-0 pitch, and that one is away, ball 3. And now a 3-ball, no strike count. Again, I've got a feeling they are not going to give Zabra anything she can really handle. I have a feeling Zabra does have the green light if she sees one that she can just lace into. In the 3-0 pitch, that one rolls in for ball 4, so Zabra gets the RBI walk, as that'll walk Garcia in, advance everybody else, and it is now a 9-0 ball game as Angelina Corral to the plate. So bases still loaded as Bailey Garcia trots across home, and the error pays off and puts another run on the board for the Lady Cats. And so now it's Angelina Corral's turn. She's 2 for 2. Singled in the first, doubled to right in the second. Now let's see what Angelina can do with the bases full of her teammates. 1 down and a 9-0 lead in the first pitch. That one's going to be high for ball 1. A 1-ball, no strike count. Yeah, I think the right call by Coach Bonner with Zabry. You want to see her hit, but if you're Portales, you don't want to see Lovington get 4 runs out of it, and that one's going to run low and in to Corral for ball number 2. Lujan really shut down and gave Lovington fits 10 days ago in Portales. Struggled a little bit in game number 1 and is now in relief here in game number 2. Got the first out, but has struggled since. And the 2-0 pitch, fastball, outside corner. Yep, good pitch, strike 1. So the 2-ball, 1 strike count. Lovington looking for their 20th win of the season here tonight, and looking to chop their magic number for the district title down to 1. And the 2-1 pitch swung on and fouled off. Corral way out in front of that outside pitch, and the count evens up at 2 balls and 2 strikes. Sometimes when you're at the plate, you just got to take the deep breath and realize that just do your job and turn it over to the person behind you. Angelina, pretty consistent hitter. She wouldn't be in the number 4 slot if she wasn't. The 2-2 pitch swung on. That one's hit off the fist. A little line shot goes over, and a double play going to be called. Or nope, it was a tag out. So did it score the run, or was it a line out? Coach Bonner going to come out and argue that it was a line out. Yep, and the umpires agree, and so Corral is going to line out to the shortstop, so it'll be a LO line out 6. And then the double off Kidoga, who had not tagged up, and so that will be a 6-5 double play. So that will end the inning for Lovington, but they put 3 more on the board as we head to the 4th. It's Lovington 9, Portales nothing. Lady Cat softball continues on New Walmart Digital and One Radio Square Sports.
Introducing a smarter, easier way to manage your Lee County Electric account. It is called Smart Hub. Now you can pay your bill anywhere, anytime, with 24-hour access to your account. It is free and simple to use. Just search for the Smart Hub app on your cell phone or device and download the free app, or go to our website at lcecnet.com and look for the Smart Hub logo to view your account or pay your bill online. Managing your Lee County Electric account conveniently and securely with Smart Hub. Lee County Electric, owned by those we serve.
It's no secret, at some point you'll have a question or need to replace or fix something on your vehicle. Whether your vehicle is new or ancient, Lovington Auto Supply is your trusted advisor when you need dependable auto parts. Not only do they have the parts you need, they have real answers to your real automotive questions, and that help keeps your vehicle running longer and stronger. Quality parts, helpful people. Lovington Auto Supply, 217 West Avenue D in Lovington. Napa, get up and go.
For the Lady Cats in the bottom of the 3rd inning, they get 3 runs on 3 hits, 1 error committed by Portales, and 2 runners left stranded. A 6-5 line-out, throw-out double play ends the Lovington threat. Back here and ready for Portales to come to the plate. It'll be 4, 5, and 6. Annalie Lujan Dossie Cordova and Amaya Lujan. So Lujan, Cordova, Lujan in the top of the fourth, with Lovington leading this one by 9. I'm TJ Miracle. Great to have you with us tonight. Tiff Stuber keeping an eye and an ear back on things at One Radio Square. Dawn Morgan on assignment tonight. So Annalie Lujan steps in. She grounded out to Corral back in the first inning to end the first. And now pitching, so trying to help her own cause. And the first pitch swung on. That one is going to be popped up over on the right side. And Morales almost overruns it, but Honey gets the arms up and makes the stab for out number 1. 1 pitch, 1 out. Doesn't get more efficient than that. So 1 down here in the top of the fourth. And so now to be Dossie Cordova to the plate. Strikeout victim back in the second. So nobody on, 1 out. Lovington going to try to get back to the dugout quickly in the wide in the pitch fastball, and that one going to hit the outside corner. Yes, ma'am. Strike 1. So a no ball, 1 strike count. Sabri Sanchez in the ring, still dealing, and the 0-1 pitch swung on. That's a slow roller. Morales at second, gets it, fires to Olguin at first. 4-3 for out number 2. All of a sudden, Honey Morales is seeing some business over at second. A pop out and now a ground out. So now Amaya Lujan to the plate. Lujan 0 for 1. Got the start in the ring, but was pulled in favor of Annalie Lujan in relief in that third inning. Got a chance to see if she can get something going with 2 outs as Sanchez will deal. Swung on. That one's hit off the fist, and that one's going to be dumped fair just down the line in right field, as nothing anybody can do to get to it. Hit them where they ain't. That's what you want to do, and Amaya Lujan has a hit to left. The blooper to left that neither Corral nor Hernandez can get to. So now it's Ruth Espinosa to the plate. Espinosa, an infield single her last time up, then got caught trying to steal to end the second. So she is 1 for 1, but a caught stealing, and the fastball hits the outside corner, strike 1. Espinosa with good speed. And Lujan with okay speed at first, too. 2 outs, you're not going to see her bunt, and that one will hit the outside corner, strike 2. Good movement late on that one from Sanchez. It's like a cutter or a slider. And the 0-2 pitch swung on and missed. Ringer up, sit her down, got her with the outside rising fastball. 5th K of the ball game for Sanchez, and Portales puts a runner on, but can't move her around as we've played 3.5. All Lovington in this one, 9-0. Lady Cat softball continues on the Lovington Sports YouTube channel and HobbsAmerica.com.
Stone Oilfield Services says many traffic fatalities may be caused by an intoxicated driver. So do yourself and your community a favor and remember the 3 C's of safety: caution, courtesy, and above all, common sense. Safe and sober driving is everyone's responsibility. That message was from Stone Oilfield Services in Lovington, a name you can trust and depend on. For quality and integrity, call 575-396-1840. From the Stone family and staff at Stone Oilfield Services.
Eunice Pump and Supply has been around for over 30 years and is excited to continue their services to the community. They take pride in their employees and their hard work and dedication, and most importantly, take pride in the youth of Lee County. Eunice Pump and Supply is a proud supporter of all Lee County athletics and academics. Eunice Pump and Supply, 1310 Avenue O in Eunice, another proud supporter of Lee County athletics.
No runs on 1 hit, no errors, and 1 runner left on base in the bottom, or rather the top of the 4th inning. We go to the bottom of the 4th. Lovington in control of this one, 9-0 over Portales. And due up for the Lady Cats, it'll be 5, 6, and 7. That is Hernandez, Ellis, and Olguin. So Annalie Lujan, the freshman hurler for Portales, still in the ring and still dealing. Pretty sure that's Lujan. Double check that. 1-5 and 1-5. Yep, it is Annalie Lujan. So just making sure. And so now it'll be Layla Hernandez to the plate. Layla 0 for 2 and due. So Layla going to step in and try and lead things off for the Lady Cats. And I think they're going to want to get at least one run across. That way, if they can hold Portales to nothing in the fifth, this one would be another early night. So Layla flew out to deep left back in the first and then popped out in the second. So her third at bat tonight, 0 for 2 and 2. Hernandez with slightly open stance. Lujan gets the sign. Now she'll deal. Swung on, and that'll be a slow roller. Could be problems. And getting it to it is Lujan, and firing it over in time. 6-3 for out number one. Layla in this one just hadn't been able to get a break. So now it'll be Zimmery Ellis to the plate with one down. Zimmery 2 for 2. RBI single in the first. Infield single in the third. Also stole a base, has scored a couple of times. So Ellis to the plate. So she'll face off against Lujan. This will be the first time she has faced Annalie Lujan in the ball game. And she'll deal. First pitch swung on. That one is popped up over on the left side as Lujan, Amaya Lujan, goes over, gets under it, makes the grab for out number two. So 2 pitches, 2 outs. I'd say that's pretty efficient if you were Portales. And now Jocelyn Olguin to the plate, 2 for 2. Had a 2-run bomb to center her last time up. So Olguin going to step in with 2 outs and nobody on. Portales trying to get their first clean inning of the ball game. It was Olguin's dinger that put paid to Amaya Lujan, or now Annalie Lujan. The first pitch, Jocelyn going to watch that one, and kind of got a little antsy there, but watch as it go for strike one. No ball, 1 strike count. Bottom of the 4th inning, 2 down for the Lady Cats, but they lead big, 9-0. Lujan tosses, swung on, and that'll be a slow roller. Lujan bobbles it at short. She had to come a long way for that one. It will be, unfortunately, an E6, though. So Olguin gets on via the 3rd error of the ball game. And so now it'll be Bailey Garcia to the plate. Bailey reached on an error an inning ago and scored. Popped out in the first. She is 0 for 2, but with a run scored. Pardon me. So Olguin over at first, as Bailey Garcia will step to the plate. She can find a way on. Daphne Udahata waits on deck. Mayberry sets up on the inside, and the first pitch, Garcia takes a big cut at it, comes up empty, and that'll be strike number 1. So the no ball, 1 strike count. As the Lady Cats are looking to put paid to this one, up 9-0. And Bailey goes and swings at that one. It'll get away from the catcher, though. And on the pass ball, that'll let Olguin go to second. But it's a no ball, 2 strike count. To Bailey Garcia at the plate. Bailey steps out, now steps back in. Olguin at second in scoring position. A good hit will score. And the pitch swung on and missed as Bailey waves it one well outside. First strikeout of the ball game for any Portales pitchers. And Lovington goes 4 up, 3 down. So a relatively clean inning for Portales. As we head to the 5th, it's Lovington 9, Portales nothing. Lovington Lady Cat softball. We'll be right back here on the Lovington Sports YouTube channel and HobbsAmerica.com.
Stone Oilfield Services says many traffic fatalities may be caused by an intoxicated driver. So do yourself and your community a favor and remember the 3 C's of safety: caution, courtesy, and above all, common sense. Safe and sober driving is everyone's responsibility. That message was from Stone Oilfield Services in Lovington, a name you can trust and depend on. For quality and integrity, call 575-396-1840. From the Stone family and staff at Stone Oilfield Services.
Eunice Pump and Supply has been around for over 30 years and is excited to continue their services to the community. They take pride in their employees and their hard work and dedication, and most importantly, take pride in the youth of Lee County. Eunice Pump and Supply is a proud supporter of all Lee County athletics and academics. Eunice Pump and Supply, 1310 Avenue O in Eunice, another proud supporter of Lee County athletics.
No runs, no hits, one error committed by Portales, and one runner left on base. We head to the fifth inning. It's all Lovington in this one, 9-0. I'm TJ Miracle, Dawn Morgan on assignment tonight. Thanks for being with us wherever you happen to be around southeast New Mexico, West Texas, and the world. And so it'll be Acosta leading it off. That'll be 8-9-1. That's Anetsi Acosta. And she'll take the first pitch outside for ball number 1. So Acosta, Terrazas, and Bonda, 8-9-1, due up for Portales. They'd like to see if they could put a run across, if possible. Make it a little harder for Lovington. And that'll be ball number 2 to Acosta. So a 2-ball, no strike count. Top of the fifth inning. Lovington winning game 1 in 3-inning fashion, 17-2. Acosta going to show bunt, pulls it back. The fastball from Sanchez is on the outside corner. And it's now a 2-ball, 1 strikeout. Sanchez still in the ring. Quiroga is the catcher. Olguin, Morales, Hernandez, Corral, first to third. Garcia, Ellis, Utahara, left to right. Fastball outside corner. Yes, ma'am. Strike 2. So the count evens up at 2 balls and 2 strikes. Just underway, top 5. Sanchez will deal. Fastball in there. Ringer up and center down. 6K of the ball game for Sabri Sanchez, and there is 1 down here in this top of the 5th. So now Gloria Terrazas to the plate. Terrazas grounded out to Corral. Corral made a good play back in the 3rd to get Terrazas, who hit it right down the line. And she'll step in and she'll show bunt and lays one down. It's right down the line again. Corral gets to it, slips and slides a little bit, and not going to be in time as it will slide out and through. Gets into the outfield, but no harm, no foul. And so the bunt single. Well, it's an infield single for Terrazas, so she's 2 for 2. As I think Angelina gets her. She slipped a little bit in the dirt as she was picking that one up. So that'll turn it over to Miley Bonda, who is 1 for 2 on the evening, 1 down. And she'll take the first pitch, and that's a hard shot right down the line. Olguin to it. She'll fire to second, but not in time to get the speedy Terrazas. Bonda will be out with the ground out to Olguin unassisted. And there's 2 down, and now it'll be Skylar Massey to the plate. But Portales has a runner in scoring position. Their second runner in scoring position here in game number 2. And the first pitch swung on and missed as Massey takes a wave at one that was going outside. And it's a no-ball, 1 strike count. So 0-1 to Massey, the number 2 hitter for the Lady Rams. Pitch swung on and shoots that one back foul into the chain link netting. So now down, no balls, 2 strikes. Well, let's see what Sabri's thinking here. Haven't seen her come in with that inside fastball here recently. She's been working the outside, and the 0-2 pitch. The riser rises out of the zone. Massey thinks about it, checks it up, and it's a 1-ball, 2 strike count. And Terrazas, after the bunt single, is moved over on the ground out from Bonda, 2 down. And the 1-2 pitch swung on and missed. Got her with the changeup. Ringer up and sit her down. 7th K of the ball game for Sabri Sanchez. And we head to the bottom of the 5th. 1 run will do it for Lovington. We'll see what happens. Wildcat, Lady Cat softball continues in a moment.
When it comes to your hard-earned money, selecting the right bank is vital. Hi, I'm David Campbell, president of First American Bank in Lovington. First American Bank in Lovington is part of this community. So bank with trusted partners you know. And trusted partners that are part of this area we call home. First American Bank offers all the advantages big corporate banks do, and we do our banking with hometown support and commitment. Choose First American Bank, 19 West Washington in Lovington. We want to earn your trust, then earn your business.
Lovington Schools proudly supports their athletic teams and wants to encourage all teachers, students, and staff to keep pressing on. Wildcats, you are winners on and off of the court. Lovington Municipal Schools are proud of holding the utmost and highest standards. Go out there and be proud to be part of the Big Blue. For more information on what is happening now at Lovington Schools, log on to lovingtonschools.net and bet you won't be disappointed. Go Big Blue. 3 claps and a woo!
No runs on 1 hit, no errors committed by Lovington, and 1 runner left on for the Lady Rams. We head to the bottom of the 5th. Lovington 9-0, and it is 9-1-2 due up for Lovington. So it'll be Utahada, Quiroga, and Morales. That is 9-1-2, and we are going to have a pinch hitter in for DAF as Yaya Garcia will step in. Yaya, well, nope, we've got Yaya putting the helmet on. Looks like we've got Johanna Ochoa also putting the helmet on. So we're going to have some pinch hitters here. Is Lovington, if they can get 1 run across this inning, and it would end in the ball game. Yaya in that first game, she hit a dinger coming in for DAF, a 2-run blast that ended the game. So it'll be Ochoa, though, to lead things off. So Ochoa, Johanna Ochoa, who had a homer earlier this season. So Johanna Ochoa in as a pinch hitter for Daphne Utahada. So Lovington gonna just see what they can do, see if they can get a girl on base and then move her around. Garcia waits on deck. That's Yaya. So Ochoa will step in, see her first at bat of the series. Lujan still in the ring, trying to shut Lovington down and trying to get this to a 6th inning. In the first pitch, as Ochoa going to watch that one float inside and low for ball number 1. So the 1-ball, no strike count. We are underway, bottom 5. Lovington in control of this one, 9-0. Coach McCraw going to his bench, and the pitch high for ball 2. Ochoa with pretty good speed. If she can find a way on, she would be a threat to go. So a 2-ball, no strike count as the ump gives things back to Annalie Lujan in the ring. And the 2-0 pitch to Ochoa, swung on and missed. Good pitch, but just couldn't quite get the barrel of the bat to it. Lujan and Mayberry, still your battery. Cordova, Terrazas, Lujan, Acosta, infield first to third. Massey, Banda, Espinosa, outfield left to right. 2-1 count to Ochoa. Lujan takes her time, and the 2-1 pitch took something off of that one, and it rolls in for ball number 3. So the 3-ball, 1 strike count. Ochoa is the hitter. Garcia waits on deck. Lovington leads this one 9-0. If they can score here, it would end it early. And the wind and the 3-1 pitch floats high, ball 4, and that will put the potential winning run on the base pass with Yaya Garcia coming to the plate. As we mentioned, Garcia ended the ball game. It didn't end the ball game, but got it to within a run of ending the ball game with a 2-run shot back in game number 1. And the winning run scored on an error. So Yaya Garcia will step in, hitting in place of Anaí Quiroga. So Garcia will step in with Ochoa at first, the potential winning run out on the base pass. So Lujan taking a long look over as Coach Bonner relays the signs from the Portales dugout. And the pitch to Yaya, swung on. That one is hit off the fists, and that one on the run. The second baseman, Terrazas, will get to it and make the out. Garcia gets under that one and pops it out. And there is 1 down for Lovington here in the bottom of the 5th. So now it'll be Honey Morales to the plate. Morales 2 for 2, walked her last time up. Had a single in the first, a double in the second, scored a run. And then walked and was part of a double play that ended the third. So she'll step in with Ochoa at first to face off with Lujan. And the pitch, she shows bunt, pulls it back. It bounces off the plate. And that will let Ochoa head to second. So now the winning run in scoring position, and it's ball 1 to Morales at the plate. And Morales with good speed, if she can lay a bunt down either one of the lines, that would get Ochoa home. And then open up the playbook for Coach McCraw. The open stance, Morales waits, swings, and out of play. Foul ball to the right, and the count evens up at a ball and a strike. So the 1-ball, 1 strike count. We'll be right back here at Lady Wildcat Field on Tuesday. The Artesia Lady Bulldogs coming to town. Be on with you about 4:45 for the pregame. First pitch scheduled for 5 of that Singleton. The 1-1 pitch away. Mayberry tries to slap it back into the zone. The ump not buying it. And it's ball 2. So the 2-1 strike count. Ochoa, who worked the walk, stands at second. In the 2-1, good pitch inside, but missing for ball 3. Ochoa moving to second on a wild pitch. So now a 3-0 count to Morales at the plate. Zabri Rodriguez waits on deck. As Lujan will deal the 3-1, swung on, and that one's hit high in the air to right field. It is high enough, and it is misplayed by Espinosa, and she will toss it in. It'll be cut off, but Lujan bobbles it. So another error by Portales. So Morales will reach via the E9, and that will put Ochoa over at third. And on the throw in, Morales moves down to second. And so now you've got the winning run just 60 feet away and just one down as Zabri Rodriguez to the plate. If you're a Lady Cat fan, this is what you want to see. Zabri stepping in with a chance to win this game with one swing. Matter of fact, she gets anything in the outfield, this is ball game. Just 1 down, 2 on. First pitch to Zabri, runs inside, ball 1. That something tells me they are not going to give her anything to hit. They walked her with the bases loaded last time. And with a base open, Coach Bonner might elect just to walk her again and take your chances with Angelina Corral. And the 1-0 pitch, that one is low and away. It gets past the catcher, Mayberry. She'll flip it over, but not in time, as Ochoa will score on the passed ball. And that will do it as the Lovington Lady Cats take this one by a final of 10-0. So the 10-0 win gets them to 20 wins on the season, 6-0 in district, and a chance to wrap up the district title on Tuesday. We'll be back in just a minute to wrap this one up as Lovington Lady Cat Softball concludes on the Lovington Sports YouTube channel and HobbsAmerica.com.
Lovington Schools proudly supports their athletic teams and wants to encourage all teachers, students, and staff to keep pressing on. Wildcats, you are winners on and off of the court. Lovington Municipal Schools are proud of holding the utmost and highest standards. Go out there and be proud to be part of the Big Blue. For more information on what is happening now at Lovington Schools, log on to lovingtonschools.net and bet you won't be disappointed. Go Big Blue. 3 claps and a woo!
Western States Insurance.
Why choose Western States Insurance as your independent insurance agent? Because Western States Insurance is more than an insurance agency. They're a people agency dedicated to the insurance needs of their customers. Western States Insurance is large enough to provide the products you demand and small enough to offer you personal service.
We've got you covered. Western States Insurance.
Call 396-1318 or go by 212 North Love in Lovington.
And welcome back. Lady Cat Softball continues as Lovington victorious in game number 2 as it ends on a wild pitch, a 10-0 shellacking as the wild pitch scores Johanna Ochoa, who came in and worked the leadoff walk, moved over on a wild pitch, then went to third on an error and then scored on a passed ball. Final line score in this one for your victorious Lady Cats. They get 10 runs on 11 hits. They commit 1 error and 6 runners left on the base paths. For Portales, no runs on 4 hits. They commit 4 errors in the field, and they leave 5 runners on the base paths. For Lovington, Sabri Sanchez will go the complete 5 innings and get the win. 5 complete with 7 Ks, no runs allowed. So the shutout for Sabri Sanchez. Lovington improving to 20-3 and 6-0 in district. The loss will go to Amaya Lujan, who pitched 2+ innings of play and gave up 9 runs, or make that 7 runs. 6 of those were earned, but she will take the loss. So what does this all mean now? Well, it means that Portales has now dropped to 10-12 on the season and 0-6 in district. Lovington now 6-0 in district. And no matter how you look at it, they have to win 1 of their next 3 games to be the outright district champions. They'll have their first shot at it against the Artesia Lady Bulldogs on Tuesday afternoon starting at 5 o'clock here at the friendly confines of Lady Wildcat Field. We'll be here with you on the Lovington Sports YouTube channel, HobbsAmerica.com, of course. But, yeah, it doesn't matter what happens against Artesia. You've just got to win one of the next three, and you are the outright district champion no matter what else happens. So a good night tonight for your Lady Cats. They win game one in 3-inning fashion, 17-2, and in 5-inning shortened fashion, 10-0 in game number 2. So with that, my friends, we will put a wrap on this one as the Lady Cats have their 20th win of the season. Lady Cats softball and all Lovington athletics on Lovington Sports YouTube, HobbsAmerica.com. Brought to you by Western States Insurance, the Lovington Schools, First American Bank of Lovington, Eunice Pump and Supply, Stone Wheelfield Services, Lovington Auto Supply Napa, the Lee County Electric Cooperative, Bob's Thriftway, and Devon Energy. For Tiff Stuber keeping an eye and an ear on things back at One Radio Square for Dawn Morgan, I'm TJ Miracle saying so long from Lady Wildcat Field. This has been an exclusive presentation of New Walmart Digital and One Radio Square Sports. Good night, everybody. Have a great weekend.